All right. So yeah, I guess most people are here already. Let me see here. If we need divine blessings, we shall call upon you. Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, this is gonna be more like the FE6 one, which may disappoint some people in that it's not like everyone gets to choose. But I'm sure Riesel will probably cover the bases, so a lot of people will probably still get in. Um, what I think I'm gonna do, I should probably add this to the rules, but what I think I'm gonna do, it really depends if the Brit Bongs decide to invade the stream again. If they don't, this will be an easy run, I think. If they don't, like if they do come in, we may have some trouble, especially if black man shows up. Then we're in trouble. Brown hair, Corin hype. I'm not sure I'm gonna make my Corin, but probably brown hair. I'm not even sure what my boons or banes are gonna be, to be honest. I have an eye patch. I can be Majima. You know what? This guy should be. He should be Majima. I should just name him Majima. He's got an eye patch. He can be Majima. Is there like a ponytail I can do? No, there's not a ponytail as far as I know. I don't think Corn can do a ponytail. I am here. Welcome. I don't think there's anything. There's no ponytail I could do. I mean, this is long hair, but he just looks like a hippie. Majitler. Yeah, Majitler. You know what? This is closest to the young Hitler hair that he had. So you know what? He's gonna be Majitler. But we gotta make his hair black. Yeah, see, he's gonna be Majitler. In fact, we're gonna call him that. We're gonna name him Majitler. Oh no, I have no money. Who? Jackspot? That name sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't recognize you. Oh no, I have no money. Well, here's the thing. You probably could still get in if Rizu. I'm just assuming Rizu. Rizu usually sponsors people, so you probably still have a chance of getting in, as long as you stick around for the other streams as well. Oni Savage because clubs. I'm thinking, yeah. I was gonna make him an Oni Savage anyway, but I didn't think about the Majima thing until now. I think this would be closest. I don't know. He really doesn't look like that much like Majima. In theory, if I did have money, who would I pick? I have a feeling I know who you'd pick. Definitely clubs, yeah. So he can beat it. We can go. It's not thug style. It's what style is it? I forgot what it's called. Kind of put it in the Sacred Echo stream. Saw the anticlimactic end. Yeah, it was pretty anticlimactic. Yeah, we're gonna keep the eye patch on him. He's gonna be Majitler.
Ready for this? We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
I don't think any of these sound like him. Slugger. Yeah, he's gonna be a slugger. For those of you who don't get what we're talking about, it's a reference to the Yakuza streams I'm doing in tandem with this. I'm really enjoying them. Even if you don't care much for Yakuza, I mean, a lot of people here don't even play it, but they enjoy it, so I'd recommend. They're fun. They're fun. They're really fun. So of course we're gonna call him Majitler. Are you a Saizo fan? I don't know if I've ever heard what her opinion on Saizo is, but I would like to have someone use Saizo. That would be nice. So yeah, he's gonna be Majitler. I don't mind Saizo. Majitler. Let's see here. Majit. Of course, the edgy one. Well, she just said she doesn't mind him. That's not she's wild for him or anything. I'll just keep my own birthday in there, I guess. Yeah, I know Hinata is. Yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, if we're going Oni Savage, which I think I will, better Oni Savage than Rinka, that's for sure. Um, we might not necessarily want to be dull because that thing could get magic. I don't think I'll use him as a Oni chieftain, but it would maybe help. Let's see here. Maybe Clumsy's bad because it already gets really bad. S rank Hinata and Niles, both of whom are playable in this. Could make him unlucky. I mean, I guess he is kind of unlucky. Excitable. What does Excitable even do? I forget. Blacksmith, Mudgitler, or no dice. That's what I was gonna go for. Blacksmith, to be honest. Unlucky is probably the best that you can go for, since it hampers you the least. Well, at least one of the girls in chat turned a unit straight. Majima is really unlucky. He kind of is, yeah. I guess we'll just go right here. We should do unlucky as a bane if given an option. Yeah, because it hurts the least, to be honest. It hurts the least. I'm just going to save over this. With strong or quick, yeah. I mean, having speed is really nice. It is really nice, don't get me wrong. How is the volume, guys? Is it too quiet, too loud? It's probably not too loud, but... We're just going to skip over this. Sec. I want to close out of this. Okay, there. That's better. It wouldn't affect things for you guys, but it was like the way that things were looking on my screen. Okay. Obviously, we're going to go with the best route. We are going the best route. Definitely on the quiet side. Is my mic too quiet? I hate both of you. Oh, you mean because of Riv? Anyone pick Bozu? No, but like I said, this is more of like the FE6 run where it will cost a bit to get that unit. Because if I did like the Three Houses run, I'd be swamped for units by probably like chapter 5. Well, not chapter 5, since this starts after chapter 5. But let me go turn up the volume a little bit. But I'm sure Reese will sponsor. I'm sure Reese will sponsor you guys or something. Your mic is not okay. I turned it up a tad bit with my mic, but it shouldn't be that noticeable. Won't betray anyone by betraying everyone. Yeah, exactly. See, he won't betray anyone because he just betrays everyone. This first map is kind of weird, but it's not that hard. You see I make 2 billion yen in one chapter solely from business? I know, but I still hate it. I still hate it. Even if it's the optimal thing to do, I still hate it. Okay, what do we got here? So yeah, we're just gonna go and, this map is kind of weird in how much it differs based on the difficulty. Like, the layout's entirely different. It's really weird. Let's go over here. It's got 14 strength and 14 speed. That's pretty good. Maybe beat up a trans based. So these guys are gonna... So pretty much... So there's a Norian squad and a Hoshian squad. In Riv, you don't actually fight the actual royals. They just kind of stay over here. Although it looks like they can attack, but they don't. I mean, at least I don't recall them ever attacking. I guess they could, in theory, attack, but they don't. We want to make sure that we get this Cav and knock him out. This Cav is what we need to kill. So we got 14 speed, is that enough? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're gonna go knock this guy out. escape that guy's shot. Pretty tricky for your first time. Yeah, it does play kind of weird. It's not that hard to figure out, but it can be a little tricky, yeah.
Alright.
And then once you take out the Norian boss, the Norians, well, I haven't taken them out yet. We get a shield, so we're all good. Yeah, once you figure it out, it's not a problem.
What?
What? Magitler has defeated my forward commander. I don't know if I've ever done this before. Or I've never dried up the river, but I might need to do that. Because I can't seem to get him over here. Let's go dry up the river. Yeah, this is going a little bit differently than it usually does. Got a 2% and a 1% extinction. Wait, I did? I didn't even realize that.
Oh.
I haven't really given the Yakuza streams a chance. I beseech you to reconsider. Yeah. Like, seriously. Mario and Guru King have never played the game before, and they're getting really into the story. It's a very story-based game, so if you want something that's more story-based, it definitely is. It's got a lot of memes to it. It's really fun. Hello, fat slim hat. Does this game bring back memories for you? I'm sure it does. It's where it all started. You know, we're gonna use the Dragonstone, and then we're gonna go heal. Somebody's in a good mood with that introduction, yeah. Busy really soon, but I should hop on more streams soon. Oh, that's nice to know.
We've got this.
I'm curious though, Maki, because Kameru has repeatedly said that it looks like a game made for women. And I'm curious if that's just Kameru being strange or that actually has some truth to it. Because it doesn't really seem like a game made for women, but I don't know. Okay, so we got skill, speed, defense, and res. Not bad. Not bad. Brings like extremely unpleasant memories. I'll wait till we get later in the game. So, do we have to pay to pick a unit? Yeah, but like I said, I feel like Reese will probably go and sponsor probably like half of chat at some point. He's not here right now though, but we won't get very far today anyway, so. Which game? What game are we talking about? We're talking about Yakuza. Specifically Yakuza 0. I mean, I'm not really sure why he claims that it appeals more to women, because, I mean, the main characters are guys, and, well, I mean, I guess that could appeal to women, but there doesn't really seem to be anything that is like, oh yes, this definitely appeals to women. What is belt sabotaging a run? Alright, man. It's a game that looks like it's made for girls? That's what Kameru claims. What is he on about? I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see if you haven't seen it before. Or maybe you have. But it doesn't really look like something that would appeal strictly to women. If at all, really. I don't know any women that actually play Yakuza. Kameru saw half the risque stuff in that game, he did his words. I think he would, yeah. If he saw the freaking Gunnar Bet tunnel thing, I think he would change his mind. Yeah, that's clearly to appeal to... Well, it might appeal to Proctor, because Proctor is weird, but... Rizu won't spend 50 on a bet. Yeah, he'll spend a ton on Rift sponsors. No, he was suggesting he was going to spend $50 on a bet, which is what I thought was kind of weird. Seen some Yakuza content, but I disagree with that. There's a lot of male... Yeah, I don't see much female fan service for that game. I really don't. I really, like... besides the main characters being decently attractive young men, I don't really see it. And even then, it's like, you don't, like, that doesn't have to be for the women. It's just like, the idea is like, these are young guys in their prime. Like, that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of the main point. They don't really look like they're really designed to appeal to women. The idea is they're young guys in their 20s that are in their prime. That's why they can beat up guys so easily. Armor Knights are useless in Echoes. I wouldn't say useless, but they're definitely worse off in Celica's route, that's for sure. We probably want the Rod Shop for Chapter 7. The Corn Video Theater, the Phone Club minigame, the Catfight Club. The Catfight Club is absolutely to appeal to men. You cannot tell me that that was made to appeal to women. You take that back and apologize to the Forsyth. Slow day. Ah, I see.
Well then.
I mean, they are supposed to somewhat appeal to women, and like the characters. Mostly, I would say probably Majima, since I mean he literally runs a place full of women. He kind of has to be able to wrangle them, I guess. The end of Echoes, yeah. No more belt co-host for a while. I feel like tacos today. That's an oddly stupid question. Do women not like inflicting pain on each other? I mean, that is probably true. I mean, look at domestic violence statistics between lesbian couples, but okay, we're just gonna ignore that. Get the berry garden. Women prefer emotional pain infliction. That's probably true, actually. Like the chipmunk lady that calls the other lady a old hag or whatever. We never see what she looks like, but I mean, chipmunk doesn't exactly look that attractive either. We can go and invite Azura, I guess. It's not really like we need to. My sister saw women literally hitting each other over a single hand sanitizer bottle during COVID. Dang. Forces has better growth better than Lucas, but he's still pretty mediocre. Given all my armor is fully forged steel lenses, it doesn't help. Really? My pick is Nyx. Yeah, Rizu. I guess maybe I should just put it in the... I really should have put it in the rules, but... Yeah, it's gonna be more like the FE6 run, where it's kind of like a paid sort of thing. Since if I just did it like the Three Houses one, I'd be full of units by the end of probably Stream 2 that I have to use. I probably should have been more upfront with that, to be honest. The reason I did it with Three Houses is because that kind of is like a build your own army sort of thing. Usually do, but I've had a lousy last 2 days at work. Just don't feel up for it. Gosh, I kind of forgot it was even Tuesday at all. Alright. Let's see, we can get some staves, right? What I think I will do in addition, though, is I'm going to make it so that it'll actually cost 20 to kill someone's already chosen unit, because I want to make it so that it's a pretty rare thing that someone loses their unit, even after paying. So I want to make it actually fairly... Alright. There we go, Rizu. We got Nyx. I will be using Nyx this run. I already wanted to use Nyx this run, so I wanted to prove that she's not as bad as people say. So yeah, that is our first unit. We got Nyx as Rizu's pick. So yes, I will be using Nyx this run. I will be trying to make her work. And I don't know. I guess Rizu will probably sponsor someone else. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. So don't worry. Those of you who are watching, you regular lurker, whatever. Well, I guess you're a lurker. If you never speak, I guess you're not gonna get it. But if you are somewhat new here and have not, done one of these with us, you may still have a chance. You may still have a chance to get in even without paying. Okay, let's see here. Chapter 7. Yeah. With it. Yeah, he's got the he's got the bowels of steel or whatever he made that joke of. I don't remember what he said. Let's see. We got the staves right. What's our defense? I might get like a defense tonic just to be on the safe side. I don't think I'll need it, but you never know. Just since he's gonna be doing a lot of tanking. Alrighty, she's there. That's probably not a place to test it out, though. It's probably not a place that I would recommend, trying your chances with. My build is Rinka with a Takumi marriage, Charlotte friendship, briefly class to sniper for third blow, Oni Christian. I'm really supposed to be Oni chieftain for death blow. Then finally ending on berserker. It's the meta pick. Okay, Speedwing. All right. Alright, let's see here. If we actually get... I could see someone picking Rink as a troll. I could see someone doing that. Sorry, my account got hacked by someone without AC for a moment there. Oh man, imagine living without AC. Without doxing myself because they're all local. Oh, I see. That's fair. Got internet mugged. Yeah. Sim's gonna dox himself due to taco shops while Belt dox himself with chocolate shops. Welcome back. Okay. We're gonna begin this chapter now. It's not too bad. Oh wait, it can't be Sneedwing then. Yeah, because he doesn't like mug. He doesn't like mug, so you can't have your internet mug by him. Because he doesn't like using mug. If he doesn't like using mug, you can't be, Okay, let's see here. We're gonna go and use the dragon corn here. So we got some enemies here. They're not too bad. Yeah, look at that. Takes brutal damage. Tail illegals or something? Let's go give Felicia a kill. Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of people that play Rev like once and then never again, I think they make the mistake of just training up Corden. Because they're just like, oh, he's your only good unit at the beginning of the game. They make that mistake and that's why I think they get burned pretty hard on Rev. It's not that the game, you know, ruins it for them, but the problem is there's nothing fun about getting like 1 EXP per map, or well, not per map, but per battle. Hey, Super Butter. It's not really that fun. It doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth. And the thing is, you're meant to train up your other units, while Corrin is kind of tanks. That's the idea. I got a fun wager if you're interested. For each stream you do Deathless, I will sponsor someone in chat. If you fail 2 streams in a row, chat gets to murder a unit. That's actually pretty interesting. I think I will agree to that, Rizu. That's actually a pretty fun idea. Of course, if someone pays to kill off a unit, that doesn't count. So if it's death, like, pretty much it's got to be like a... Like, if I have a skill issue death, like, let's say this stream, I don't know, Felicia dies, right? Let's say she dies. That's probably not going to happen, because the first few chapters are pretty easy. I don't think that's going to happen. Today should be a freebie. Assuming things go alright, but came to say ew, Rev, and like, bruh. Well, you did say like it, so I would have deleted that message. You did say you were gonna like, so you know what? You get off this time. You get off for free this time. The Tuckers themselves are illegal immigrants because they're out of this world. That's funny. But yeah, I like that. That's actually an interesting idea. I'm not gonna pin that because it's funny, but I'm gonna pin that so that other people know. So like if someone's joining, like they're new here or something like that. Yeah, if you participate in chat, if you're a regular, even if you're not a regular and you just happen to join today, if you come back in the next few streams, you could have a chance of getting unit sponsored, so you don't need to pay anything. I got the pin. It could be replaced later if there's something that's actually funny, but for right now, I don't have anything else to pin, and I feel that's a good tip to give people. So I will pin that for now. Exclude from the system because they already cause enough problems anyway. Hey man, it's entirely possible the Brits might not even show off. I mean, I haven't seen Proctor much lately.
I won't surrender.
Like, this is the least I've seen Proctor ever since we've really had her join, so I don't know, maybe she's just tired of this place. And Black Mask just only really stirs up whenever we actually have money on the line. So it's hard to say, it's hard to say, really. It's really skill issue deaths, not paid deaths. Exactly. Skill issue deaths are part of the agreement, Rizu. Paid deaths I can't do anything about. So yeah, that's kind of the rules. Like, if I derp up, I lose a unit, then yeah, that's not a deathless stream. If everyone else lives but someone pays to kill Felicia, there's, you know, that's not on me. I had no control over that. But yeah, I think this run could be pretty easy if we don't have anything like that happen. So we can go chip. Yeah, you know what? We can go dance.
I'm with you. We're not done yet.
Try to murder someone, we just won't count it. Yeah, exactly. Or if anyone else decides to kill. Like, it could be, hey, someone new could show up and decide to kill one of my units, but again, the general principle is the same. If it is a paid kill, again, there's nothing I can do about that. It can't be a coincidence that Mang's lost Drog to a 2%
Didn't
price.
expect that, did you?
Drog has bad luck. I don't know what else to tell you. He's the traditional armor that has bad luck. Let's hope that African mask is more of a 3 houses fan and doesn't cause an issue. I do think he likes Rev, so... I mean, the first stream we ever found him in was a Rev 2, so... There's a decent chance he could show up here. Well, again, maybe he thought he did enough damage in the last run, so I don't know. Someone tries to kill us all, I'm timing that out for 100 years. If only that was an option. Imagine Meng shows up and makes you use Tsubaki. I don't think that'd be the worst thing in the world. I've been meaning to use Tsubaki one of these days, I just never got the chance. It'd be kind of funny if Mengs did show up, though, considering he hates Rev. This Rally wife isn't in this game, so she's safe. Yeah, I know, right? Can't kill a Rally wife if she's not in the game, you know? So yeah, it's a good idea to keep Felicia nearby because she has, of course, Demoiselle, and that's a really good skill. Guess we got a new golf bag today. Rizu? I don't know, whenever someone says, guess who got this, like, well, obviously that means you did, because otherwise he wouldn't be saying that. Won't show, but if he does, I'll tell him he needs to do rev again because he's falling off. That's a pretty harsh thing to say. Hey man, you're falling off, go stream something better. That's when he's losing Jagan in his first run of Shadow right just at the beginning. Jagan also has terrible luck. It's entirely possible he gets crit and killed. It's kind of stupid. I don't know why Shadow Dragon does that, but they love doing these low percent crit units.
We've got this. I can help too.
I mean, am I wrong? I'm not gonna disagree, but that's a pretty harsh thing to say to someone's face. Just get him to play like Shadow Dragon Fates or something. I think that would be a massive improvement. I think that would be a great series. So being in the fire and ice tribes makes the stuff you hold hot or cold. Can you control that? Because it seems like it could be annoying. Maybe they're immune to it. Like if you're from the ice tribe or something like that, you make something cold or whatever. I think you would be immune to the, you know, like the danger of it. I would imagine. But then again, doesn't Flora set herself on fire despite being ice tribe? You'd think she wouldn't be able to do that. Main character can help too. Yeah.
I'm here to help.
That went well.
Then he should be forgiven for his lack of interesting streams lately.
Yes.
Flora is a hottie that offsets her being from the ice tribe. Yes, she's really hot. Yeah, she's really hot. She's so hot she self-embraces.
Me too.
Flamin' hot. Not here.
Let's go. This is my chance.
Smoking one could say. But Jitler has C rank in swords. What would a hot ball shoot? Would it freeze? See, I feel like they could control it. Like I said, though, it seems like they can also heat things because, like I said, there's the Flora scene where she sets herself on fire. So she may have control over heat too. So she might just be able to make herself a hot bowl of soup. I'm not sure though. I'm not really sure if I'm being honest. They don't elaborate much on them. I feel like if they didn't cut the original script of Fates, I feel like we would get more clue on how that actually works. But what we got, unfortunately, is just not really that much. When shit looks on, finally learned his sword techniques from Fei Hu, yeah.
Let's go. Need a hand?
I really wasn't gonna get what
We
thing I
won't
just said.
give up.
Yeah,
Let me
most
try.
Yay.
Well, I may want to. No, I already have the dragon, so that's fine. Okay, good. That's gonna hurt a bit, but it's okay. There's no one shot.
I can help too.
And she can heal herself if she wants to. Through the best skill ever invented, known as Live to Serve. Yeah, that's not worth it. Okay, let's not do that. That's just suicide. Alright, we'll give Majinda this kill.
Sorry.
And he gets a level out of it, so it wasn't like he got that level XP.
This is my
HP, skill, and
chance.
speed. I don't know why this guy doesn't level strength. Like, you're an Oni savage, man. Like, or, well, I guess you're not yet an Oni savage, but you have a strength boon, I'm fairly certain, so I don't know why you're not getting strength. If you have a strength boon, I don't know why you wouldn't get strength. It's just kind of weird. Because Kiryu became interesting, but only because the story is beginning to intertwine with Majima's. See, I'm curious how it's going to intertwine. I'm really curious. You didn't hit the A button when looking at how Felicia would do. Yeah, that would be...
Yes!
That'd be pretty bad. Then, you know, Rizu wouldn't be sponsoring someone next stream. But yeah, assuming all goes the way it should, I should be able to get a sponsor for you guys next stream. That was Alyssa leveling. Well, to be fair, Felicia is not really a frontliner, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not a huge deal, really. Really about one of the Kiryu characters that made my jaw drop. I am curious to see what that is. I'm curious. So here are keys you can secure from inventory if you send them to Convoy and Fates. You know how much I could get for those things in the market in Awakening? Wait, how much would they sell for? I didn't realize that they sold for that much in Awakening.
I'm here to help. This is my chance.
Thank you very much.
Okay. How is Felicia gonna do? Not great. Not great. Could just go kill his archer with him because I don't really care. All keys from 5 chapters ago open doors and chests where we are now. That is a fair point, yeah. Golden keys. Oh, there's just one type of like either door or chest key.
That went well.
I know in some games there's like, you know, master keys. I know there's master keys in some Final games. I think Arcanea does that. But not... I don't remember what Awakening does, to be honest. It's been ages since I played it. The keys are magical, clearly. Keyblade minus. It's a, I think that's a Kingdom Hearts reference. I think. I'm not sure. Rock touch is a common skill for someone to have at least one unit in mass. That's true. It's not that uncommon, Fates. Rescue. We got 2 chest keys here. Armor Slayer, very nice. Effective weapons are king in Fates. They really are. They really are. They really are. They're just that powerful. Just before the chapter started, it seems like things are still good. Yeah, they're fine. They're going just as good as usual. Yeah, we got this guy. Yeah, we're good. It's called a keyblade. There's no blade. Yeah, it's just a key. Exactly.
should we do?
He dodged 80%. Very nice, Magitler. I see you're still dodging things that you don't really need to dodge. Either Niles with a plethora of ninja in this game, and Mr. Boots, yeah, Mr. Boots. He's pretty much a ninja, to be fair. Also, my pick, sponsor my pick of Ignatius. Second gen units are strictly off limits from being forced. I made sure to include that in the rules. You can kill them off, but you can't force me to use them. But if I do happen to use a second gen unit, you can still kill them. You sell for 300 gold. Oh. I'd pick his father anyway, based. I think Ignatius is like the one unit in Fates that's never used. I'm sure he's good, but I don't think he's worth that.
It'll be fine.
Take care of my baby, make her good. Your baby? Who's your baby? I don't know who your baby is.
Not paying attention?
Who is your baby? I don't know. Well, I know your picture is female Corin, but I'm using male Corin. I'm using Magitler. Who used Ignatius? Iggy? I wonder why. Yeah, I do too. I always wonder. Birth count? Right now it's 0, but by the end of the series, hopefully it'll be at least 1. Severa? Oh, right, you want me to use Selena. Well, like I told people, they gotta be sponsored. This is more like the FE6 run. But there's a good chance you could get sponsored. Because Rizu said, Rizu proposed a deal that is the pinned comment right now. She is my daughter in a way. Okay, fair enough. Hey, I might have to use her. It's possible. It's possible. It's very possible. Just a baby, I got overexcited there. No birth. Inkling does have pretty good taste in women, from what I understand. I mean, he likes the green-haired women. He doesn't like Rhea. Likes female Corin. He likes Selena. Selena's got a terrible personality, but she's attractive. Knock this guy out. Get another key. Likes the green-haired women, except that one. Yeah, exactly. That's all you need to do.
Huh?
It's the Gunt! It's the Gunt.
Of course.
I'll try to use Selena one of these days. It's odd how physical unit has a negative strength mod. She actually has a negative strength modifier? That sucks. Gun spotted! Gun spotted! Yeah. You at least appreciate the 3DS era Fire Emblem games tried to include new gimmicks in their games, even if most of them for the maps are just hit or miss. They weren't really that bad. I mean, a few of them were, but the ever loyal and powerful Gunter, yeah, absolutely. Gunt gaming ahead. Imagine picking Gunter for the PMU. That's another reason why the sponsor thing is actually a good idea. Because even if Oof or Sneedwang shows up, and I really doubt, especially the latter will, but in case they do, they're not gonna just immediately get to sabotage the run. Now, if Black Mask shows up, yeah, he can. Because that guy's full of money. But at least others will be slowed down. I picked the one. If you can get sponsored by... If you can get sponsored by Rizu. The powerful. Not the powerful, the powerful. Press L to stop making fun of him for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I don't know actually. He was making this long intro, I actually don't know. Azura? I mean, I was probably gonna use her anyway. Sure. But like I said, you need to be sponsored. But Rizu is making a deal, which is the pinned comment. So, a good few of you should get sponsored. A good few of you. Because I do have my Deathless stream, so I'm sure at least a good 4 or 5 of you will get sponsored. At least. At least. Might not be able to hold back that long.
I'm with you. Need a hand?
Thank you very much.
It's as generous as belt gets. I guess, yeah. Let's go with the rescue for now. Okay, we can go Dragonstone this guy and then just go have Fish go kill, I suppose. That should work. We need to give the gun to few kills so we can get some levels. Not a ton of levels, but just like, enough so we can get some skills. I hate how these ninjas are actually not that sucky in regards to the defense. Like, the defense should not be that good. It shouldn't be that good. Surprisingly generous offer to begin with. Is it safe? Yeah, I think it is. That cat is not going to do that much damage. He's not going to do that much damage. He might do a little bit. He's going to do that much. Whatever. We'll just do this.
Let's go. We're not done yet.
Yeah, the 5 strength. That yeah, Felicia's 5 strength is not helping her, and she's not getting any more of it either. But we're making her a strategist, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We're making her a strategist anyway. Zura's DPS.
I did it!
Kill Zura. That'd go to work. Alright, see you later. What do we got here? Come on, gentlemen. Go easy on me. You know they call me Belt the Philanthropic. Back in like 2 hours. I'll still be alive for 2 hours. So it should be. A higher strength growth than ICAD in the Tellius games. That is pretty comedic. Not gonna lie, that is comedic. Zero is level 5 now. I mean, she will at least level that strength. I can't deny that. She will at least get strength.
We won't give up.
Okay. We open this chest, I suppose. I'm saying is that the best way to fix Alicia is making her strategies. Yeah, it's really not that hard. It's just a heart seal. That's all she needs. All she needs is a heart seal. That's it. Because she's really good with magic. She's really good with magic. She's just not good with much else. She's good with magic and healing. That's about it. Well, she's pretty bad.
Let's go.
I mean, she's not bad, but
Not a chance.
she could be better. Let's see what we can do. I might go and just hit this guy.
We've got this.
Okay. If we miss, that may actually be a problem. I mean, not really. We can just heal. But whatever. Okay, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. That's not gonna. It's not gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it, game. That is not gonna cut it. Okay, I hope this hits. If not, we may be in trouble. Probably not in trouble, but we might. Also means early inspiration. That is very true.
And guile.
That is very true. Let's go heal the gunt.
We won't give up. Are you okay?
Bruh. We said I thought we weren't playing Sacred Echoes, but I guess we are now. I guess we're playing Sacred Echoes again. It's an 96%. Well, let's see what play more. I'm going to do story again. This time with the Japanese people. S ranks. S ranks? I didn't realize that Mario Party 3 was a Fire Emblem game. HP and defense. That's something. I installed 1RN just for the old time's sake, yeah. Thanks for installing it against my wishes. I appreciate that. I completely just wanted 1RN again. What is Fate's RNG? It's probably been jankier, to be honest. Let's see here. Yeah, these ninjas, I don't know why early game Rev throws a bunch of ninjas at you. It's really stupid because you don't really have a good way of countering ninjas this early in the game. I don't know why they do it. It doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like early game Rev could be better if they just replace them with like archers or something. But they're ninjas, which is just like why? Just why? Why are there ninjas here of all things? We want to make sure they don't get someone to help them out, and unfortunately they do. Yeah, that's not great. That is not great. What I'm gonna do is... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, this little section I hate. It's really janky because the ninjas and the archers together. I really don't like it. Really not a fan of it. And of course, the RNG just screws you over just slightly. You can really get screwed over here. It's really dumb. I do not like it. I do not like it one bit. I really don't. Is there anything I can go on the fort? I don't believe so. Let's try this. It's a little bit risky, I won't lie. But we can do this, I think. I believe. should be okay. For now. Yeah, this is still a little bit nasty, I won't lie.
You'll be
But if
alright.
we can at least hit these.
This is my chance.
Okay, good. So that's not too bad. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of those ninja right there. By the end of the board relies on getting the amount of stars, I think. Let's see what we got here. We can double this guy, that's great. We can double. Oh, my capture card is. We'll just say it's not too well connected. Okay, Magitler can get this, I think, right? Yeah. I'm making this kill with the goat. Not this one, but I mean the ninja. And I haven't seen him very much lately. I haven't seen him much lately.
I believe in it.
Alright.
Still got it.
I do want to get him just shy of level 5. Capture card tried to stop capturing, it did. It did indeed. We should be fine now. That archer's a little bit scary, but he's not that scary. One warrior says, "Oh my god." So that's what it's from. I don't know. I assume so. Alright, let's get you over here. And...
You'll be alright. We're not done yet.
Or are we? Get him, gut.
Here I am.
Hold on, dear. Come here, Jew.
Age and guile.
Yeah, I think so. I think he got overwhelmed. When even Mario and Maki started calling him Jew, yeah, I think that was just too much for him. He couldn't take it anymore. Poor guy couldn't handle being called Jew by the two people who would probably never call him that. I guess one thing for me, Belt and King to call him that, because we always prod him with that stick, but for those two to do it, nah, just couldn't handle it. There's many iconic lines. I remember in Mario Kart he would say, "I lost to a bunch of losers." He may have needed to take a break from it. Yeah, he's probably just busy with school or something. Or something else, I don't know. Killing Edge. Very nice. Okay. There's a lot of enemies. Yeah, I don't really like this little corridor right here. I'm not really a fan of it. Kind of sucks. Again, the ninjas just kind of make it way worse than it needs to be. So you just can't really fight that well at this point. I didn't mean to bring Commander. I really doubt it that much. I think he was just kind of joking around there. Too many of them.
We're not done
I
yet.
think I've had that before. How do you work at like a Pizza Hut or something, Reezy? Sorry, you said. I know you said you work at a pizza place. I had an idea that you'll be streaming Mario Party 3 story mode after finishing the entirety of Yakuza 0. Well, I don't have the game, so I couldn't do that. I could emulate it maybe, but I think I'd rather play a newer one. Not necessarily like a new Mario Party game, but like a newer one. I find it ironic how he and I always got into heated arguments for a long while, and that did nothing. But he gets called Jewish a few times by people who don't spar and chat, and it's just so good. I guess it sticks a bit harder. Or, like, it kind of just stings more. I don't know. That's what I'm assuming. Like, he kind of expects to get into arguments with you, or Slim. But when he gets into argument with someone that never does that, it's not even really an argument, but it gets called that by someone else. Also, I will do the donos at the end of each stream. Figured I'd say that since I've heard some confusion. I've been so busy. To be fair, the confusion's mostly my fault, because I should have specified in the description. Really, that's my fault. Really. But you can play Mario Party 3 on the Switch NSO, but it's behind expansion pack. I don't even have a Nintendo Switch Online anymore, so I actually couldn't. If I were gonna play Mario Party 3 of all things, I'd probably just do it on emulator. I don't even know what it's. Isn't it for N64? I think I'd rather just play one of the GameCube ones, if I'm being honest.
This is my chance!
Still can't understand how being called a racism you don't like can absolutely break a guy that, well, he's Kamaru. He's Kamaru. That's all you need to know, is that he's Kamaru. Wait a sec. Did I screw up? No, I didn't. I just need to get Felicia in there. I'm good. I'm not a huge fan of this. I won't lie. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of this lowest hit rate. I'm really not. This could kill me. If this doesn't work, it could get me killed, which is what I don't like. It could get me killed. How much does this debuff my defense? By 3? So 8 and then 11, right? So she would live, just not by much. Let's hope the gun just decides to hit. Preferably he does that. Okay, good. Take the scary bit out of the equation. Let's do that. Didn't Kamaru get a job? Isn't that what I said? That would make sense. That would definitely make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, that would definitely make sense. That would make sense. Play the GameCube Mario Party, it's fine. As I said, it's story mode anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Well, I didn't say I'd necessarily do it right after Yakuza, but I'm considering one. I'm considering one. Like, I played a little bit of 5 and 6 as a kid. I own 7, but 5 or 6 I might be willing to try, because I remember playing them as a kid. I kind of wanted to play a little more of them, but I just never got the chance. So I just played them at a friend's house. Damage. That's just great. That's just great. These archers, I forget. They're actually pretty scary archers, believe it or not. Just to kill this guy.
We've got this. Me too.
Level 11.
This is my
Strength.
chance!
Oh, hey, there we go. We got strength. Strength, look, and res. All right. Very nice. Okay. That does nothing. Thanks, Felicia. I'm so glad you do damage to enemies. I'm so glad you do. What would I do without you? Was unemployed this whole time? I have no idea. Twilight Princess?
I live,
Maybe at the end of the
sir.
year. I don't know. Something like that.
I won't surrender!
I just kind of hope that Gun doesn't get a level up. Ah, dang it! I didn't want him to get a level up because... didn't want him to get it. It's not the end of the world, but that means that getting rally defense is going to take a lot longer. I hate when the capture cards like this. Getting more important story mode. The last thing I want to point out, we picked Daisy for 3-story mode. I don't know how 3-story mode works. Couldn't hear you over Corin screaming. Was it really that loud? He's breaking your capture card? Yeah, I guess so. I was trying to say I didn't want Gunter to get that level up because his EXP slows down significantly. And the thing is, I was going to reclass him and then give him the level up because the Wyvern gives him way better skills, but too bad. Too bad, you're not getting it. Oh, well, it's not the end of the world. It's not really the end of the world. It is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe I just won't make him a flyer. I don't know. It's not really like you need to. You don't really need to. It's nice having, you know, rally defense, but it's not necessary. I will say, yeah, later on in the game you definitely want it, but getting it on Gunter is not as... I don't know, it's just like... Some people will be like, oh, you need it now. You don't need it. It makes things easier, but you don't need it. Heard about it, I've never done it. I do kind of get it, but, like, it's not as necessary as people make it sound out to be. Gain skill, he will try to sabotage the captain card. Yeah, don't do that. Please do not do that. Because you don't need Gunter in order to make Chapter 9 easy. I've played Chapter 9 enough now that I still don't really like it, but it's not that difficult for me to do. It used to be like, oh my god, it's near impossible. It was like Chapter 7 of FE6, where it feels like a bit of a dice roll. I haven't lost anyone in Chapter 9 in the last several attempts at Rev. It's... Once you just kind of go along with the wind, it's not too bad. For ages I've been trying to fight against the wind. Don't do that. It's not the way to do it. Just kind of get your guys to get guided by the wind. At least early on. Just let them kind of get guided around by the wind. Whether it blows you off course or not, as long as it doesn't just blow you into a bunch of enemies, you're probably fine. But you can just blow yourself back. So it's really not too big of a deal. If you think it's necessary, you're bad at the game. I feel like some people are like, oh, you really need it. And they call you dumb if you don't get it or something. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And it's not like he's the only one who gets rally defense. Literally, anyone who becomes a Wyvern gets rally defense. I mean, you could get rally defense on freaking Elise. Like, it's not that bad. It's a tricky map, but it's doable. It's not even that tricky once you realize, just kind of go along with the wind. It's not too bad. Like, go along with the wind, don't split your army up too much. Actually, just don't really split them up much at all. If someone can't really fight on their own and most of your squad can't, don't leave them by themselves. Another thing is, one thing that really makes things a lot easier is, what's her face? Strategist Felicia. I'm not sure how doable it is with Jacob, but Felicia as a strategist, she just nukes enemies. She just nukes them. And she's got a lot of movement, so she can reach things that most of your guys can't. And it's great. Just go with the wind and never split your army. I think you can split it a little bit, but you want to be very careful about who you're splitting. Yeah, that's what I do too. I don't really think training the scrubs is really that necessary because it doesn't make a huge difference. What does make a huge difference is Felicia being the strategist. That makes a huge difference. That makes a massive difference, in fact. It's such a large difference, it's ridiculous. Yeah, she's a literally delete button. She just obliterates guys.
I will cut you down.
Yeah, Luna's not that useful on him.
I can help too.
In fact, it can actually more so screw you over because you're doing more damage than you're expecting to. Which is not really good. So, you know what? This run, I think we're not going to go for Wyvern.
Your flank is open.
Besides, I'll get a better Wyvern later in Camilla, who actually can fight and use rally defense. It's great, isn't it? Although I'm sure Camilla's going to have a walking target on our back. I'm sure. If the Brit bombs decide to show up. But Jacob is so good. Female cord is this? No. A better Wyvern later in Scarlet. Well, the problem is you don't get to keep her. I agree she is better. The problem is she's not permanent. She's less permanent than Gunter is. But you know who is a permanent Wyvern? Camilla. She's permanent and a good unit. And that's just great. Like I said, I feel like she's one of the biggest losses you can have in Ironman. Because she's not really replaceable. She has certain niches that no one really gets. Baruka can do a rally defense, but she is not that good of a unit. I don't care what Sneedwing copes. Baruka sucks in Rev. Maybe in Conquest she's good, but I've used her in Rev and she freaking sucks. I mean, like, look at my Rev Ironman that I did like 2 years ago. Look at it and tell me that she's good in Rev. No, she's not. I genuinely tried to use her. It wasn't like she didn't do this one little thing right. No, I gave her several chances, and she was just not cooking. Maybe in Conquest she's good, she isn't. Well, then there we go. I don't know, I guess she just copes, I don't know. He just likes bad units, I guess. I did more than look at your Rev Ironman. Oh yeah, you did more than look at it. We'll say Conquest Baruka as a Berserker is actually pretty... Yeah, as a Berserker she might actually be pretty alright, but I was using her as a Wyvern and Rev. Yeah, no. Don't do it. Unless you just want a pain to use. Unless you just want a disappointment of a unit, then... If you want a purely rally defense bot, then yeah, sure, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you, but just know she's not really gonna be doing much better than that. Just know she's not really gonna be cooking besides that. She's really not gonna be doing much besides that. Berserker just this mediocre woman of sin. Killed him, that's good. What are we, level 10? Very nice. Speed and res. Speed and res, okay. It is the last enemy here, so that's not too bad. I can probably just go for a kill here. Magitler has C rank in stones. I forget how bad your yeah, about that game, we're gonna just go heal you, because that's not cooking. That's not cooking. Okay, he's gonna go heal a coward. Yakuza like a dragon. Archer enemy like a coward.
This ends now! Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Like a dragon versus like a newt. I don't even know what a newt is.
You'll be all right.
Alright, time to deal with this boss.
Let me
This is a
try.
very interesting take on FE6 boss. If you can call it that. It's a small wizard. Yeah, I guess it's one way to put it. That is one way to put it, I suppose. That poor Archer.
Let's go. Need a hand?
Yeah. Poor Archer didn't just die in one hit. He had to die in agony.
Ready for this? Let me try.
So we're just waiting on a crit right now. That's all we're waiting. Well, I mean, a crit wouldn't kill anyway, but it would do a lot of damage. It'd do, what, 20 damage?
Here I
Not
am.
too bad.
We're not done yet.
Just really cool heat move. There's still a few rooms to make Baruka good as a berserker here, but she just sucks in her head. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think also enemies aren't quite as souped up in Conquest, so I can see her just not being as bad there.
We've
But
got
in Rev, stats really skyrocket,
This is
so
my chance.
good luck. Good luck making her work, because yeah, no, she's not gonna work. Man, he's still out healing a lot of our damage. He is slowly going down, but not by
I
much.
believe you. Let me try.
Never mind, he's not gonna go down at this rate. You're gonna go derp up like that.
Hey, do better.
That's what he needs.
You'll be all right.
Alright.
We're not done yet.
Bro, how are you not critting? I bet he'll knock it into the air punch the guy, then catch the bat and use it for himself. That's kind of interesting, yeah. Yeah, he really needs to start actually hitting these crits. You look at this guy, he's back to full health.
We won't give up. Let me try.
Who's the most underrated unit in Fates? That's a good question. I don't know about all of Fates. I don't know about all of Fates, but I think like, for example in Rev, I feel like Nyx is pretty underrated. I feel like Nyx is honestly pretty underrated. She's not as bad as people say. Benny is pretty underrated. Azama. I think Azama is the most underrated unit in Fates. I guess he can't be the most underrated unit in Conquest because he's not playable, but I guess if you're talking about Conquest, then yeah, Benny. Can you not crit? Like, seriously, I have went through like 10 attacks with this and he has not critted 29%. Like, what? How have you not crit yet? How have you missed but not crit? I don't understand. You have a higher chance of critting than you do of missing. There we
You
go.
won't stop me.
Finally. Zama's overrated. You're overrated. Bro really popped in here just to say he's overrated. If that isn't Cope, I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna trade over the sword to the Yato, so we can go cheer him down a little bit more.
We won't give up. Need a hand?
Stuff from Chapter 1 or Branch of Fate. It's just that I'm having horrible luck with this guy. I'm having horrible luck with the Branch of Taint. Of course he would say that. He would say a lot of things that are usually false.
Here I am.
Who's overrated? Camilla. This is
This ends now.
true. I thought that was a kill, but no, it's not. Why does Bro hate Azama so much? Luna looks at Camilla's crazy. I guess you're crazy then. I guess you're crazy then, sir. Alright. We knew you were crazy, yeah.
You'll be all right.
Case in point, the Sacred Echo streams where you were talking about women in video games or something. HP, strength, magic, speed, and defense. Very nice. Very nice. As a unit, she's adequately rated. Was. No, is. I think in... I can't really say for Conquest. She's probably adequately rated in Conquest. I would even go to say in Rev, I think she may be a little bit underrated. Maybe a little bit. A little bit underrated in Rev. Because I feel like people talk about, you know, Ryoma and Xander. I feel like Ryoma is pretty overrated in Rev. He's not as good as you think he is. He is good, don't get me wrong. He's a great unit. But he's not as good as people. I remember once I had a comment on the Saizo kills Ryoma video, or not Ryoma. Saizo doesn't kill Ryoma. Saizo kills Sumeragi, and this guy was commenting and he said, "How in the world do you get Ryoma killed?" Which kind of goes to show that people don't really realize that Ryoma is more mortal than you think he is. Good, but Rev values tanks, yeah, and relying on him dodging is not the most reliable thing in the world. That's the thing, is that people just kind of think, oh, he's unkillable. He's not unkillable. He's a great unit, but he's not unkillable. Can be overrated as a unit. Yeah, I think he is. I feel like the thing is, people's first impression is usually of him in Birthright, where he is a lot better. He's a lot better in Birthright. No one can really replace him in Birthright. In Rev, he's maybe not... I don't necessarily know if he's replaceable, but, like, he's... Then again, I don't know if I would say he's not replaceable at all. His Raijinto is not replaceable. But, I mean, Hana is not that much worse than him, besides, of course, not having Raijinto. Might take maybe 2 hits at most. Xander will tank many more. Yeah, Xander will tank a lot. Xander tanks a lot. That's what he does. He is more than capable of taking several hits, but Ryoma not so much. And yeah, if Ryoma starts dodging and doing advantage and all this sort of stuff, that's really good. Hana is better than Ryoma. Mang's proved that theory by Ironman Rev with her. I don't know if I'd say she's better than him, but like in some ways, I think she actually is. But of course, you get Ryoma for free as a Swordmaster. Hana, you actually got to train up, and I think that does have its own merit. You know, getting a guy for free as a Swordmaster is a lot better than having to train up a woman who starts out really bad. She starts out really bad. By Rev standards, she starts out really bad. Nice level Lilith. It doesn't really matter. We just need to get the gold bars from her. As long as the Lilith is giving us gold bars, I don't really care. So I guess now we're doing the Mozu map. Hinata had triple threat, by the way. Xander is more of the defensive kind of unit, which is kind of the Sandra Rebellion. I don't necessarily know if that's insane. I think Paladins are kind of defensive. Maybe not as... Certainly not as defensive as he is, but they are maybe a little bit on the more defensive side. Let's see, so what are we gonna get for... no, actually, we're gonna get Hana and Tsubaki first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, first off, we want to go through Chapter 8. And that's not too bad of a map. Two types of Xanders. Pair him with Effie for an unstoppable defense. Pair him with Charlotte and you get a speedy tank. Get a rod or staff shop. I already have the rod shop, so I guess staff store. I guess we could do that. The mess hall's not a bad idea either, though. But the staff store makes it so I can get another heart seal. So, you know what, maybe. Yeah, it is a Siegfried that's really good. Reclass Felicia. I don't know if I'll reclass Felicia yet. I might still want her debuffing. You know, right now, so I'll be looking for a few minutes buff, so that's fine. random chunks of meat. It's a odd way to put it. Okay, what we got here? We don't really need the armor slayer for this map, do we? I don't think we do. It's made carried by Regin too. I mean, the main reason that Siegfried carries Xander is because of 1-2 range. And I guess that's sort of true with the Ryoma, but I mean, I think Xander would still be good without the Siegfried. It's just he won't have that reliable 1-2 range. But since he tanks, since Xander's a tank anyway, he still does the tanking job even without Siegfried. Now having Siegfried does debuff, like it does weaken his defense capabilities, but not entirely. He's still tanky without it. The King of Evil shall enjoy his meal. Then what are you, Sant? If them had their swords, I would feel Xander 10 out of 10 times over Ryoma. Yeah, I think that's true, because Ryoma would not really be much without Raijinto. He'd be a good sword master, but like you could just make Kana a better one, I think. He can still dodge, but dodging is not reliable. Because if you get hit, if you get a bad roll, then that sucks. If Xander gets hit, that's fine. He's not going to take much damage anyway. I mean, he probably will get hit, let's be honest. But see what I mean, though? You can rely on tanking. You can't really rely on dodging, especially in Fates. Because remember, the RN system for Fates is really not... It does not lend itself well to dodge tanking. It really doesn't. So you're better off relying on tanking. Can dodge Fates hybrid RN this lance is being frequent. Yeah, I mean I know dual katanas are a thing, but they are a thing, but that also makes it so you can't use his Raijinto. It's pretty risky. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Because you can actually pretty easily screw up the beginning of Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is not that hard, but the beginning can screw you over if you play it poorly. If I misplay it, I could have a death. But as long as I play it correctly, I should be fine. Dual Katana when a Berserker is feeling lucky. Yeah, that's true too. That is true. Okay, let's see here. We got this fort here. Okay, so the usual plan of attack that I like to do is have Gunter just kind of wall this part. I mean, he doesn't really wall anything, but he's going to take sort of... Him and Felicia will take care of this for a turn or two. We want to put him... let's see. We want to put him... Let's take a look here. We want to put him here, I think, so we make a space for our guys over here. We want to have Corin maybe block this area off. Pretty much we want Corin to go draw this guy in. What does the world come to? I thought he hated anything sweet. Well, he probably hates sugary things. Watermelon isn't really... Watermelon just tastes like water. Spoiler alert, Slim. Watermelon is not that sweet at all. I don't know if you've ever had anything watermelon, but watermelon is actually disappointingly kind of bland. I'd like to see how this goes. Really? I'm curious how you do it, then. Because this is what I always do. But I guess everyone has their own ways of doing things. I noticed one thing I usually like to do in final games is I usually like to go choke things like this. If I see a spot like this, I like to choke it. It is a whole different story. So he just doesn't like the artificial stuff, I guess. There's crispy water and sugar in it. I mean, yeah, there is some sugar in it, but probably not that much. Certainly not that much compared to, like, candy or something. Superior melon. I don't really care about cantaloupe. It's just, eh. 1, 2. Okay. We're gonna go do this. Okay, yeah. See what I did? I made like a little pocket for my 2 frail units to stand by, and it's great because it means that Felicia can also buff up Gunter's defense, so that he can actually take a bit more damage. Additionally, it also means that next turn they'll be free to move and help out where they're needed. And they will be needed to help out Corin here. Because we actually could face a crit here. It might be better to use a Dragonstone if I'm being honest. It may be better to just use a Dragonstone, because at least that doesn't... I'm curious what you do, Belt, because I've had issues with this. Not with this strategy, but I've had issues with other approaches at the beginning of the map, where I just kind of get swarmed, and I just can't deal with it. But this way, when you choke on either side, it actually makes it that AI can't really do much, because you'd presumably have this guy taken care of, and he's the big problem right now. So that you can deal with these guys later on. This is what I always do. I've done this in the last several runs, and it always works for me. Maybe to varying success, but it usually does get the job done. Even if I miss this attack. Fortunately, I didn't. Mind you, I always have a strategy at this point when I do this. Okay, so yeah, you probably just delete the guy then. You probably just delete the guy with Felicia and call it a day. Which, yeah, that is pretty easy to do if you have a strategist, but I like to save her promotion until right at chapter 9 so that I can do the Mosey parallel without just deleting units. I can use her to debuff enemies so that Hana and Tsubaki actually can chip down. The pumpkin spice season? Okay, assuming you mean pumpkin spice season? Bro. Who wanted to believe that if it wasn't coming with the pumpkin spice guy? Bruh. Pumpkin spice. Slim reminding us how much of a white girl he is. Okay, so what we want to do... Yeah, I agree with Guru King. It is pretty gross. We're gonna kill this guy.
It's over.
And Corin is a little bit vulnerable right now. So, what we're gonna do... We're gonna go take care of this peg. We'll take care of the peg.
It'll be fine.
Take care of that peg. Gunter can handle the next one, but we might want to heal him. What I would do then is I would heal him. Then I would be a lesbian. Well, you kind of... You do kind of act like a woman, so... That is a little suspicious. And then we go dance. We heal up Corin, but we first trade over the Dragonstone, heal him up, and now he gets the defense boost. Already on the Dragonstone. See, that's what I do. That's how I make this map work.
We've got this.
You get a pumpkin slice, everyone gets a pumpkin slice. You get one, everyone gets one, yeah. Well, we don't really want one though. Please return to sender. I mean, I thought the boba thing would have transformed him, but no, it didn't. Just meant he likes 2 sus things now, instead of 1. Does he like it so much? Well, we don't want to encourage his bad habit, though, Guru King. We want to get him to stop eating it. You can't get him to stop eating it if he's just gonna... If he's just gonna keep consuming the pumpkin. Let's have the gun take care of this. There we go. Like so. But yeah, that's how I take care of a belt. I'm not sure how you do it. Well, you did say you had, what's her face, promoted, or not promoted, but reclassed. Yeah, I could see how that would help. It certainly would help. Supposed to transform what? 2 red flags on. Baseball rules. 1 more and he's out. Well, he likes alcohol, so we call that as a 3rd strike. Let's go take care of this guy.
Let's go.
Need a hand?
Whoa.
Felicia is level 11. Okay, not bad.
Yes.
Oh, she got defense. That's not bad. She won't have any when she reclasses, but I suppose it's nice for now. We'll just keep you here. See what I mean, though? This works amazingly. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the old ball game. Alright, we'll just do this. If the drinks had no alcohol, I would still enjoy them. Well, that's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that they like alcohol even without the alcohol. So I will give you credit for that. But then what's the point of having the alcohol in it? Couldn't be what you've heard. Yeah, it tastes... From what I have heard, it tastes terrible. So you'd be the first person I've heard of that actually says, yeah, I like how it tastes.
Shall we?
It's a weird roast, if you can even call it that. But I guess you were using a baseball reference, so I guess that makes sense.
I believe in you.
True.
We're not done yet.
It is.
Thank you very much.
Let's see here. What do we do? We could put him here. He's not that much of a risk as he is now. Just gonna go heal him up. The unique flavors you can't otherwise. Are they really though? Are they really?
We've got this.
Nice dodge.
I need my own.
Oh, okay. Wow, I took no damage in that.
Well
Okay.
done.
Alright. First I read that I saw the bigger Indian cities. It's like, what? Why do you know about Indian cities? It's really strange. Sports are overrated. 100% agree. They're pretty boring. We'll get the killing edge out. Why not? I thought Bronco would know about Indian cities. She probably would, but I haven't seen her in a while. Kind of table tennis. I will say, yeah, I'd probably prefer table tennis over a lot of other sports, but still, I wouldn't care that much about it.
Here we go. It's my turn.
And bowling.
I'm with you.
I mean, is bowling really a sport, though? It's an activity, but is it really a sport? I mean, you're not really getting that much exercise out of it. Golf is different. Okay, I guess it is a sport, but, like, it's even less involved in bowling. Okay. Yeah, golf is just boring. Golf is a sport, so it's boring. I don't know, I mean, like, you actually have to move around quite a bit in table tennis, though. All you have to do with bowling is just kind of, you know, swing a ball. like once every few minutes. In table tennis, you're moving a lot. You're moving a lot. I mean, think about like if tennis is a real sport, then table tennis is also, because it's just a smaller scale, but you're still moving around quite a bit. So I was over at my grandparents' house. My grandpa asked if I liked golf yet. It's an eventuality. Yeah, you have to be old in order to enjoy golf. I don't know. Is it an eventuality though? All white men golf at some point. I guess I'm not white then.
I believe it. This is my chance.
Whoa.
Well, that's the ultimate test. That's one of the that's the ultimate test. Ask what Camaro thinks of golf. If he doesn't play golf, then he's not white. I did mini golf and we're making a competition with my brother. All white men over the age of 40 instinctively yearn for the green. You know, I'm actually not sure if that's true or not, because I was gonna say like, because if it weren't the white part, I could say, well, if it was just like all men over 40, I could be like, well, my dad's way over 40 and doesn't care about golf, but he's not white, so maybe it's because he's not white. I don't know. And I don't know what my maternal grandfather was like. I don't know if he played golf or not. If he didn't, though, I can say for certain that that's not true.
Let's go. I can help too.
Clear remains undisputed for now. Well, yeah, you're only 7. You're only 7, so. Of course, it would remain undisputed if you're only 7.
I'll help you.
The yuckiest fire of all time. That is just not true, though, God. Gordon. That's just not true. Rev is actually really fun. No engage, sir. Yeah, we're not playing Engage. We're not playing Engage, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't think I'll make it to 40. I imagine I'll be free. Yeah, why do you think you won't make it to 40? You like some sort of illness or something? It's not that rare in America to make it to 40.
I live to serve.
Yeah, that was sloppy, Gunt. Gunt, that was pretty sloppy. Don't go call the enemy sloppy when you can't even land your own attacks. Like, you're the one out here missing things. You're the one here missing attacks. A long foreboding feeling that it'll come before them. That's not ominous at all.
I'm with you.
Whatever works.
be fair though, not all the premonition sort of things are really ever come to fruition. For example, I once had a dream when I was we'll say a lot younger, probably like 8 or 9. I had a dream where I died before I turned 18. Obviously that never came true. Otherwise I wouldn't be speaking right now. So, it's I mean, like, that sort of thing may very well just be some weird thing your brain has told you that's not true at all. I hope you make it to much older than 40, and when you do, I'll meet you on the green. If I do make it that far, I'll take you up on the offer.
Let's go. I can help too.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Make a note, I have golf plans in 33 years. Why does a 7-year-old have a secretary? That's what I want to know. Who even is your secretary? Me, Bill, and Ruder King meet up at a golf. Up to golf once the youngest hits 40. I guess. I guess it's the new lore. I guess it's the plan. I suppose. I'm curious which of you is actually the youngest. Like, jokes aside, I'm curious which one actually is the youngest. I know Slim's the oldest of you three, but I don't know who the youngest is. Just gonna box this guy in. Can't do anything. I'm either middle or last. Yeah, I'm probably. Because we don't know exactly how old Burger King is, so we can't really say. 24 such a boomer. Yeah, you are a boomer. See, you feel like a massive boomer whenever you talk to Proctor, using all this weird Zoomer terminology when she's also supposedly 24. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't think that woman is actually 24.
Sorry.
Let's see. You don't need an armor slayer. There's no armors here. Time will reach you first, old man. She said I was out of touch with the lingo of the youth. Proctor? I think Proctor maybe needs to learn how to speak like an adult. I don't know, I've never met a 24-year-old that sounds that brain-rotted. Like, consider this. She's older than Kameru and Maki. Would you believe that? From speaking with her, would you believe that? If by the lingo proctor means brain rot, then don't learn it. Proctor meant brain rot. I think she makes 9% of that Zoomer stuff, she says. I think it's actual Zoomer stuff, but I don't actually know what it means. Like, I feel like I've heard the terminology before, but I'm just like, I don't know what the frick this actually means. I'm too old to know what this means. Now, what's weird is, a few years ago, my brother learned Zoomer terminology, and mind you, he was like 34 at the time, so that was kind of awkward. But that was because he was teaching middle schoolers, so I guess that makes sense. Like, if you're forced to work with them, I guess that would make sense. You would learn their slang and stuff like that. It's still really weird, though. Because it'd be stuff that I would be more familiar with, but his age probably shouldn't really know what it means. So you'd have this middle-aged guy saying things like yeet and stuff like that. It was really weird. That was really awkward. My initial impression of Proctor when she first showed up was she was younger than Moss. If I hadn't realized that she was Donlot's woman, then yeah, I probably would have thought so too. Yeah, he teaches. I suppose he'd have to learn to keep up with them, at least to an extent. Yeah. Imagine your 30-year-old brother started speaking nonsense at dinner. Well, no, it wasn't like that. He would occasionally throw it around. He didn't throw it around in like the way that I feel like Zoomers would actually say. He just kind of threw them around. I don't know if he fully understood how they're supposed to be used. It's still kind of strange, though. I know still the forbidden tongues, but I don't think I'm more if I said them all. Let me try. What do you think the birth count will be when the round of golf happens? That's a good question. Hopefully at least 7 based. At least 7, that's pretty base, not gonna lie. Joke would say brain rot on occasion always resulted with me rolling my eyes.
We've got trouble.
Yeah, it probably would. Unless it's at least funny brain rot. Considering I'm the youngest in the group.
I won't die here.
You won't die here, but you will die, probably. You probably will die. Just not here. Send for you or between the 3 of us? I think he means for himself. Either works. You have your objective. Reach that birth count of 7. Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta reach that birth count of 7, you know? It's important. Alright, what we got you? Gunter will die soon, yeah, probably. The Gunt will die soon, I believe that. Golf is supposed to be played in foursomes. Who is number 4? Not me. Not me! I'm not wide enough to play golf. Kevin? I don't even think Slim knows who Kevin is. Knowing Belt, he definitely would have a lot of kids and the missus was cool with it. He just needs his missus, though. He just needs his missus. That's all he needs. You guys are going golfing with Kevin? The missus isn't cool with it, she isn't the missus. That's one way to look at it.
This ends now.
I think he might just kill this guy. Not with the Luna, but I mean with the dual strike.
We're not done yet.
Or are we?
I I appreciate the help. Stand firm.
Okay. What do we got here? I think he's about to reach level 13. That's good. See, the one nice thing about early game rev is that chat ends up with silly things like this.
I did it!
Golfing with Kevin. That's a new one. Let's go heal you, I suppose. I miss Kevin. Kevin will probably not come back, so. How many kids are you hoping to have? I mean, out of the three of you, I think you're the one closest to having one. You're the closest to actually getting that to fruition.
We can do this together.
A grave mistake.
Oh, what's that Lunatic? He is for now, yeah. 3? Fair enough. Okay, what do we got here? We can try that. Or we can try this.
Shall we?
It won't be long.
That went well.
Okay. What do we got here? Archers. This guy's kind of annoying. 25 damage, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. There's a lot, sir. Good standard enough that I want to go. Same. Try to go for a crit, but I don't think it's gonna work. I get the feeling I'm not gonna crit, so it's... Okay. We can probably just try to go for a normal attack now.
We can do this.
It's more. I am not seated.
Sorry.
The birth count must be higher. I imagine Bell talking to his wife, but you don't understand. The birth count needs to raise more. We need to raise the birth count. No huge age gaps. One each year for the first 7 years of marriage will do. Which reminds me, Gamer told me that one of his teachers actually has 13 children. Kinda base, not gonna lie. Well, I guess that teacher likes working with kids, I would assume. How does this sound? My brother's girlfriend wants 10 kids and she wants all of them girls. That sounds like a nightmare. All of them are girls. Yeah, no, I mean, not only that, but it's probably not even likely. One every year is gonna be brutal in your life. That's probably true, yeah. That's gonna be pretty brutal. That's why I need to marry a hardy woman. Seems like the teacher's wife is doing well enough. Well, that's good. I don't think I would mind being a little bit. Well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you just have like one daughter. Like that's one thing. The difference when you have like one daughter and 10. There's a difference. There's a pretty big difference. And all the father and daughter dances in the weddings. Oh god. I wish I'd spoil them too. I feel like I'd be the opposite. I'd be maybe a little too harsh to my daughter, I feel like. Don't want them to end up like their aunt. Of Gerudo levels of resilience? Yeah, I guess so. I guess he is. I suppose so. This archer being here is kind of annoying. Two girls, one boy, or three girls. Why do you not want any silence? It's kind of strange. Starts a human cloning experience. Yes, spelled Who's a Gerudo woman would have the highest chance of getting those 10 daughters, and if not, Boromir, the father of royalty, win-win. That is true, actually. Yeah, that is true. That is technically true. You're not wrong. I have 5 to 7 daughters if I want more kids. I didn't realize the chat preferred having daughters so much. So many grandchildren, I'd be the supreme grandfather.
This is my chance!
I guess that's true. That is true. My paternal grandfather probably has like 30 plus grandchildren. I have no idea how many grandchildren he has. It's probably somewhere like 30 or something like that. I think 3 kids is probably the same. Let's go dance you over there. Single-handedly wanting to make the birth count each reach triple digits. Don't rush it, there's certainly struggles involved. Oh hey, she got HP. And inspiring song, that's the main thing. Now where have I heard such advice before? I swear Orochi must have back problems. I mean, just look at the weird curvature of her back. That's... She's gotta have some back problems. It just looks really awkward.
Ready for this? Need a hand?
This wasn't in the...
Which I find is rather convenient to birth more humans. You can even become God if you want. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can do that. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that, but you can. Orochi is not the 7 children woman. Yeah, no, she's not. She's definitely not. She is definitely not the 7 births woman. I don't want to blaspheme, I just want to have a strong lineage. Yeah, that's
You'll be alright.
completely understandable.
This is my chance.
Apparently it wasn't your chance. It wasn't your chance, because you missed. Get a better chance. Saizo, yep, it's
I'll
Saizo.
help you.
Yeah, it would be a shame if someone were trying to sponsor Orochi and you couldn't save her on round 1. That almost sounds like a threat. It'd be a real shame if someone sponsored her, but you couldn't save her. I've rarely ever had issues saving her. It's not that hard to save her. I agree, it does kind of suck that you can screw it up, but it's not that hard to do. It's really not that difficult to do. I'm Saizo, a ninja from Hoshido. He's not quite left there, I'm afraid. This is a fortress! This is a fortress. And she is level 12, okay. She got strength! Guys, can you believe it? She actually got strength. Not that she's gonna use it, though. Okay. I thought he was a ninja from Nor, yeah. Of course he is, obviously. Can we get the speed up a little higher? If we get the speed a little higher, that'd be great. I believe we can, yeah. Okay. Let's go for the killing edge. Killing blow with the killing edge. Mr. Boots. Yeah, that's true.
What should
I
we
feel like
do?
I'm doing something wrong here.
You won't stop me.
That's a kill. That is a fat kill and a half right there. And he's level 13. Strength, speed, defense, and res. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Isn't Mokushu or whatever is historically... His name is basically a Norian ninja. Mokushu is not a person, it's a place. And that's more of like... You mean Shura? Yeah. Shura isn't Norian, though. Yesn't. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yesn't. Alright, so that's that. And we just got the paralog left for the stream. The force level traps. You mean Kotaro? No, he's not. I mean, he aligns himself with Nor, but he's not Norian.
Huh?
Yeah, he's thinking of Kotaro. That's what he's thinking of. Alright, what we got here? We got like an hour to do the parallel. Not that I think it will take me an hour, but...
What?
Wait or not to? Okay.
Yes.
So this is where we're gonna build. Just build a dust armor or something. I know Fate's lore. What am I, Sneedwing? Well, this is actual lore. I didn't make it up, so I guess I'm fine. Okay, so we're gonna go and go over here, I suppose. If you give Philith a fish, does that mean she's a cannibal? Well, I can't really afford to give her. Do you know the Flame Tribe actually had a rich and deep lore that I made up 5 minutes ago? Yes, I did. I knew that. The Armory, my favorite shop. I'm sure it is. But in any case, we're gonna go and save Mozu. Fish eat other fishes? No. I guess it's true. Do I need another heal on Felicia? Maybe. I mean, I also have Sakura, so. We got a men's staff. The king of the pond eats whatever he pleases. True, I suppose. It's definitely a waste of time. I didn't even watch it. Alright, so we got Hana and Tsubaki, I believe. Yes, we do. Let's see here. Yeah, we need to get Hana's sword rank up. We need to get it up, and, we also got the Raider Naginata, which is kind of nice. It means he can at least double. I believe it gives him extra. Yeah, it gives him extra speed. And with Darting Blow, it means he's gonna double everything. As long as he can use lances, he's just gonna double everything. So frightened of that homoerotic Trek video that he made. Why did he make that? Why did he make that? Like, genuinely, what was he thinking? What was he thinking when he made that? Chapter 9. Chapter 9. I might give Hana like a. I might give her. What's it called? A strength tonic. I might just do that.
Welcome, welcome.
I'll make her training on a little easier. Yeah, I do want to use Hana here. I do want to see if I can use her. I think you're going to do Moses' Paralog first. You would be correct. You would be correct. I would. I would indeed do Moses' Paralog first before anything else. Alright, we're going to go do... Yeah, we're not doing Chapter 9 today. I'm sorry if you wanted to see me do Chapter 9. I'm not doing it today. I will do it next stream, though. I'll do it next stream. Okay. Yeah, this is not a hard chapter. And it helps us raise up Hana and Tsubaki a bit. Not that it really makes so much difference. Oh, hey, we got Kaze back. That's nice. Kaze is huge on the next map because they're so bulky. No Fuga's mild ride. Do you know Flame Tribe a similar lore to the Fire Nation? It does? So it's just a Fire Nation but less cool? Because it has Rinka in it? But the Flame Tribe doesn't have any lore. It doesn't have any lore, that's the problem. It has no lore, that's his problem. Big sneak propaganda, true. Alright, so how do I want to start this? I definitely want to use Tsubaki to ferry around Namline. Okay, good. Good. What we got here? So yeah, the main objective is, of course, rescuing Mozu. I don't know if anyone's going to force me to use her. I do think that Mosley wants me to use Bozu. And I don't have a problem with that. Unless he gets the chance to make me use Bozu really late in the run, then I kind of do. The heck is a Fire Nation? Avatar reference. Or flashbacks to Lost. I don't know what that is. So I saw Avatar, not as good as Courage, but close. Speaking of which, they're making a new series, but it looks really, I don't know. The idea, I guess, is interesting, but I'm a little hesitant on the direction of it. Is Avatar, yes. Well, it's technically just an Avatar universe. It does technically exist in the sequel series, but it's never seen there. They already made a new series with the brown woman. Yeah, they're making another series with the brown woman. I always thought the next Avatar after Korra would be a guy. That's just what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, they're probably gonna do a guy again. No, we're gonna do another brown woman. So it makes less sense since Earth Kingdom isn't even brown. Water Tribe is. But another DEI pick. It looks more. See, the thing is, I wouldn't really say Korra was because Water Tribe are brown anyway. Like, she was gonna be brown, regardless. The lesbian reboot. That's what Korra was. It wasn't really that bad, but they did kind of throw that in at the end. But the story was kind of boring. It kind of flip-flopped from actually kind of interesting to not interesting. So they're trying to wipe up the Earth Tribe, I guess. It was always brown, so that's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it didn't feel forced because it's like, well, yeah, they're gonna be brown. Every Water Tribe character is brown. Even in the original series, they're all brown, so like it's not that weird. It's not out of place. Now, yeah, they can vary a bit in the Earth Kingdom, but they're usually not like freaking burnt brown like the supposed new Avatar is. What I would say is interesting about this is that is Avatar supposed to be the little brown girl? Yeah, that's supposedly twin sister of the other tan-ish girl. How in the world those are twins? I have no idea. They don't look remotely the same age. That's what doesn't make sense. That's what makes no sense to me. Who has been picked? Only Nyx. Although, again, I should tell you, only people who are paid for, only units are paid for. Mozu has not been picked. Mozu has not been picked. Only Nyx has been picked so far. Only units that have been paid for have been picked so far. It's only Nyx so far. So you have to pay if you want someone. Wrong character. Yeah, no. Mozu has not been picked. Mozu has not been picked. My bad. It's just fine. He has Sugar Daddy if I want a unit. Might stop in briefly early on tomorrow. He can watch the glory of Yakuza and Majima's story. Okay. I'm going to go and... You know, I'm just gonna let you guys go take care of it. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. There are women in Yakuza, fair warning. Yeah. There are. I'm sorry, Slim, but there's actually women in Yakuza. You probably won't like it. And one of them got shot, so, yeah. Man, I want these bozos to get out of here. Quite a few, actually. Majima's plot revolves around one, so yeah, he probably won't like Majima. But a blind woman, yeah.
Allow me to join you. Watch out!
Girl got even more defense. He really is a great knight. But emphasis on the knight, I suppose. He's not that great. He's just a knight.
Ready for this?
It's my impression of them. Just don't crit. You can Luna, but don't crit. Okay, that's
I will
fine.
cut you down.
Yeah, that's fine. Gunt moment, so true. Okay. Alright, Hana, you can get a kill, please.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Prepare yourself.
Also, I had to do the telephone club minigame for a telephone club minigame. What? Ask a girl out over a phone call. I didn't know it was a minigame. I thought it was like something you had to do in the story. But it turned out to be a real buff real estate tranny, bruh. There's so many things wrong with that message. Why would a tranny be buff? That doesn't make any sense. Why would a buff guy be in real estate?
I'm ready.
Plays like a shooter game. That's... Plays like a shooter. What are you, shooting women or something? I'm tired, work was busy. So I went and bought ice cream based. What a buff could be in real estate? Ignore Oda and I guess it's true. You know what, fine. Fair enough. But why would a tranny be buff? It kind of goes against everything that they do. They're trannies, they're not supposed to be buff.
A hero's work is never done. No, like this.
No. That's annoying. I didn't mean to do that. Thanks, game. I couldn't see that she was already there. Just kind of forgot she was there. Was a trainee in buff? Well, yeah, but that's a big difference. He's a trainee, not a trainee. Bro. Mango moment. Yeah, that was a mango moment. You're right. That was a mango moment. Alright, let's do this. Let's beat him up and claim all those real estate properties. Let's go. That's actually pretty based.
I knew you
That's
could
worth
do it.
doing just so you can beat him up. Okay, what we got here? I'm gonna get Tsubaki over here. They really like running out to the north, huh? Okay, we are about to close in on Mozu, so that's nice. Let's get Sakura down there. Also had to beat up a gamer real estate tycoon after he beat me in a racing game. This game has way too many... Yakuza 0 has way too many real estate people in it. Like, it's like everyone in... half the population of freaking Kamurocho is into real estate. It's kind of wild, actually. Still trying to rescue Moses. We're just about there. We're just about there. Does she survive? I think she does, just barely though.
Quickly now. If I may.
But you missed it 91%. Some things never change from Sacred Echoes, do they?
Are you okay?
Oh, mind you, I only encounter these characters because I'm grinding real estate for maximum profits. 2 billion yen will be a drop in the bucket. This man went full on Jew mood.
I won't lose. Rush down.
Okay, we're good. We're clear. We're good. Alright, let's go do that. I was allured by the prophecy.
Let's have fun.
Pretty not for grabs if anyone wants to
We've got
sponsor.
this.
This is true. This is true, but of course Rizu has to sponsor you. Rizu has to sponsor you in order to actually get that. Strength, speed, and luck. We don't even know who that sponsor's going to. But hey, that's a good first level up. It is a good first level up, I cannot deny. She can get more strength and speed upon level up, then she will catch up pretty soon. To be fair, these guys are also kind of a bad example, because they're really tanky for some weird reason, I don't know why. 11 defense is a lot at this point in the game. I don't know why they have so much defense, I really don't. I really don't. A random lurker sponsors a unit. That would be kind of interesting. That would be interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I do remember remember at the end of Shadow Dragon Face, there was a guy that actually paid to kill off Layden. And he paid like $40 too, it wasn't like he just barely paid, he paid well more than enough to kill Layden. I feel kind of bad, but the guy donated later anyway. Because the reason why I said I felt bad is because I said it wouldn't really matter because it was the final map. So, if I kill her the next map, there's no next map. But obviously he wasn't too bothered by it because he came by in a later stream and donated again. So, I think the guy just likes giving money to people. Like, I don't think the guy was really too bothered by it. Because otherwise, again, he would not have come back and given me more if you know, if he was really bothered by that. The tank goes, screw you, Mozu, you deal no damage without help. Yeah, exactly. Put Kaze up front so we can get a level. Ideally, by chapter 9, you want Kaze to have Poison Strike. Poison Strike will make a huge difference on that map. You really want it. You really do want it. It's absurdly helpful. Because Poison Strike makes those tanky guys... It makes so you can actually decently chip them. It's really nice. Needs so much help. I'd say it's only really worth it. It's not really that bad in Rev, in all honesty. Yeah, in Birthright, yeah, no, it's not worth it. But in Rev, I think it's actually decently worth it, because there's a lot of annoying ninjas early in the game that just... I don't know why there's so many freaking ninjas in early game Rev, but they make having an archer before Takumi actually worth it. Oh dear. Why are these guys all charging at me? I don't like that. Why are they all charging at me? I do not like this. I don't like this one bit. It's kind of expensive gold this time. I mean, I guess, but like, it's not that tight. Like, you still get the gold, you know. It's not that bad. Oh, God. Why can you not double these? Hana, what the heck? I get you not one rounding, but 13 speed. How are you not... Alright, 5 speed, of course. I need 5 speed, guys. Sorry, I need 5 speed. 4 speed is just too narrow. Too narrow in this game. You gotta do more than that. Kaze kill, I guess. Tsubaki still needs some levels. Takumi isn't that far away. He's not that far away, but archers are really good in Fates. Why not have another? I mean, I find that she's actually pretty helpful in Chapter 9. Maybe not necessary, but she is nice to have. There, now she can double. I don't like that. She could still die if this derps up. If she gets hit, she could still die, which is not good. She's not likely to get hit, but she could get hit. And it's possible she might. They all have the same... Yeah, no, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that. That's really risky. I want to give her the EXP, but it's just... It's really dangerous. The Speedwing Discord towards that hill. Why? It's kind of dumb to need 5 speed. I don't know why they did it in Fates. It's one of the few things I think Fates just did something I didn't need to. Usually I do praise Fates, but that was one thing where I'm just like, that was not necessary. She's got Duelist Blow, so that's kind of a problem. I don't know he had one. I think he does have one, but I don't really pay much attention to it. I don't want to kill all these guys, man. I don't want to kill them. Not well with this squad anyway. One Smash figure I pretty much want to master him. Enjoyed playing as him. I don't care much about Smash though. He's too clunky for me, I find. He's just too clunky. He's got too big of a hitbox. That's my issue with him.
me to join you.
Probably end up in the second zone.
Watch your back, son.
Who is that someone?
This fight is over.
Are we exposed? No, I don't think we are. That's fine. That's fine. I figured I'd get before and a kill. Figured that was gonna happen. It's not really something I want. They're too aggro here. I don't know why they're so aggressive. Okay, get Mozu out of there. We don't need it there. We really don't. It's not something we need right now. The world may never knew what I was talking about. Man of mystery. Stop missing! Ah.
Remain
Skill,
calm.
defense, and red. Well, I guess you do need skill if you're missing things. I thought your skill was alright, but I guess it's not.
Let's go. I won't allow.
Want me to co-host? Because it's clearly one RN, yeah. It feels like that at times. It definitely does feel like it. It absolutely feels like it. This is a sacred deck, because he does. Chip that, that's good. We might just dance Fauna and give her multiple. Or if you could dance Tsubaki. Tsubaki should probably get a level.
Age before beauty.
Nice. Okay. Let's get you over here. Hopefully you can do the job. Nice to know the game is... Nice to know, game. Thanks. Thanks. I wanted that. This is Sacred Echoes. Who's the trades, Jesse? Alright, Sam, no more gain skill. I mean, he's working on it, I suppose. 21 minus 1. She does live. She does indeed live. I think she doubles in there. I don't really want that. My unit dead? What even is your unit? I don't even think you said a unit. You don't even know what unit you want. How can your unit be dead if you never even said a unit? Oh, look, Zora now she's alive. Well,
I must
technically,
never rest.
you don't have a unit, but I guess the unit you want to use. These guys are too aggro. I don't know why they're so aggro. Jitler is my unit. Thanks for using him. Losing Sacred Echoes is... There is no punishment. There is no punishment. There was a punishment for losing Delphia before the end of Act 4, but I never lost her. To co-host every final stream until Sultan wins one. That's not really a punishment, though. That's not really much of a punishment. That's, to be honest, not really much of a punishment. Up in VC belt this time. Yeah, how is that a punishment? I don't understand. I don't get how that's a punishment. I don't really get it. Pure torture to the audience. Baltimore Wozniak strikes again.
Shall we?
Not want to win. But how is that I don't understand that's a punishment though. If it did supposedly make me want to not win, which it doesn't, but let's say it did, then how does that really make a difference? Doesn't make any sense.
Trust me. Let me help.
I don't trust him though. He says trust me, but I don't trust him. Not too bulky. Let's see your first level up. Let's see what you're gonna get. Skill, speed, and res. So, garbage, in other words, thanks. I was hoping you get strength or defense, but now you're just leveling stats you don't need. To be fair, I've heard most anyone who says Tsubaki's good, you need to reclass him into something that's not Pegasus Knight. So that's probably true. That is probably true. By feeding him all the stat boosters. I guess that's one way to do it. I suppose that is one way to do it. That would be one way to do it. Give me a sec. I need to get my power cable so this game doesn't crash on me. That's not important. No. Okay, give me a sec. He's probably not, in all fairness. Maybe if you reclass him to a samurai, he might be good, but you can use Hana without it. Heart Seal. Although he's more of a tanky sort of bulky guy than a all-out offensive one like Hana. So I suppose you could make that argument. He's probably a bit of a better from what I understand, the main thing with him is you want to make him into a, Master of Arms? That's what I understand you want to do with him. But Shanna has flyer utility, so she's the best here in the game. Oh man, I love the Shani Tranny, whatever you want to call him. Shanna fans, I don't know. I generally don't understand that logic. She's a flyer, so she doesn't need stats, guys. She's a flyer, she doesn't need stats. I will never understand that argument. I'll never understand that argument. Yeah, like, the thing is that they don't realize that she's only good on the merit of being the only flyer you get for a long time. That's literally it. They're like, oh yeah, that means that she's good because she doesn't have competition. No, you could also look at it this way. She's so freaking bad, the only way that she actually ends up being good is when she has literally no competition. That's kind of the problem. If she had competition, if you got... Let's say you got Tate like 2 or 3 chapters later instead of like 10 chapters later. Let's say you got them 2 or 3 chapters later. People will just say, yeah, don't freaking use her, she's not worth it. You get her sister like 2 chapters later and it's just not worth it. Reclass Shanna to a Swordmaster and pray for strength, assuming Swordmaster gives strength bonus to Ruth. Well, if FE6 does, like if an FE6 remake does happen and you can reclass characters, I don't think I would reclass Shanna to a Swordmaster, unless that's the only option you have. I don't know how that'd work. I don't know how you would reclass. It could just be like Echoes, where it's just like DLC only stuff. I kind of hope not. I hope it's more like Shadow Dragon, where you can reclass without needing DLC stuff. In that case, I'd probably reclass her to something that gives her strength, like, I don't know, a fighter or a brigand or something like that, if you can. I don't know how that'd work, though. It really depends on all things. So the guy who made Fates and Shadow Dragon made Binding Blade and Shadow Dragon. Like, Binding Blade... Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Pretty much FE6 in Fates engine. Yeah, I see what you mean. The thing is, though, in that case, we don't know what her Heartsteel class would be. We don't. It could be an archer, it could be a fighter, it could be a mercenary, like, who knows? We don't know what it could be. What would she need to be good? I mean, if she just reclassed to a healer, that'd be... If she reclassed to a healer, that solves that. Stats. I mean, I would be more specific. I think she needs a strength stat. Not happening. Yeah, she's probably not getting just a bunch of stats. But I would say give her something that gets strength. Make her a healer. Honestly, if she reclasses like a mage or something, that could maybe help her. Because she could be like a Lu 2, I guess, a Lu 2.0. Which is not amazing, but it'd be better than a frickin' flyer. Shadow Dragon, Dawnlot, and Shambles. Dawnlot is gonna go crazy if that happened. Hunting Blade and Shadow Dragon. Yeah, that's his wet dream. Oh, hey, it's the guy whose name that rhymes with Rev. He's one letter off of Rev. Yeah, I'm playing Rev. What, Swift Strikes or whatever it's called? Swift Strike? Well, the problem is, Shanna's problem isn't speed. She doubles things. The thing is she does like 0 damage. That's a problem. Shanna's problem is not her speed. She can't do anything besides have absurd amounts of speed. Rev mentioned, true. Let's see what we got here. We can pull him. So we should get our guys over here first. That'd be a better idea. One that gives attack for speed. Well, what do you mean? Okay, this guy is cool. He can stay. What do you mean attack for speed? I'm confused. Attack for speed? What is that? Like a skill that gives you attack for speed? I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused. What do we got here? We'll risk a crit here. Not Gunter getting crit, but we'll risk him doing a crit so we can get combat kills. Worked on Riv a lot recently, having to basically rebuild a randomizer. We appreciate it more. I feel like generally, as you understand a game more, you gain more. One more. I feel like the reason why a lot of people don't like Rev is they don't really understand it. It's different, especially at the beginning. It's definitely different from a lot of other Fire Emblem games for sure. But I feel like I was saying earlier, like one example is the beginning of the game. I hear people complain about the beginning of the game, like Chapter 7, the one where you're just kind of going around in that little narrow passageways with just Cora and Azura and Felicia or Jacob. I feel like the reason why a lot of people don't like that is because they don't really get the fact that you're supposed to train your other units. Even if they're just temporary units, you're supposed to train those. You could train Corn, but you get like 20 EXP the entire map, so it's just not worth it. Is the Maid Butler training arc? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a training arc for your other units. It's not Corrin's training arc. Corrin's trained. At least I hope he's trained. I guess if he's not, you can train him there, but that's not really the intent. Training Corn is a... Yeah, it's a law of diminishing returns. Would you rather 20 EXP or like 5 or 6 levels on a unit? Again, I'm not someone who likes giving EXP to guys I'm not going to use later on, but Fates makes it so that your other guys have an easy time of catching up. Fate's EXP curve makes it so that it's absolutely worth just using it temporarily for a few chapters. And you don't have any other options to use of units for a while, so you might as well give Felicia or Jacob that EXP. because they're making the most use of it. Magic? Why does she get magic? Speed and defense. I guess she's getting speed. That's nice. Maintain that the retainers for Xander and Leo that join in the same map as them are absolutely god-awful. And they were a mistake of game design, so weak by that point. Xander's retainers aren't that weak. Leo's, they are kind of weak. Like, Odin is probably the worst unit in Rev. I won't deny that. I won't deny that. She's probably the worst, or he's probably the worst unit in Rev. I can't really defend that. Niles is probably, he's not really that bad. He still uses bows. And bows, you can still find a use for that. Xander's retainers are actually not that weak. They're a few levels behind where they probably want to be, but not that much. Perry's actually really easy to train. Perry is only, she's level 16 as an unpromoted cab. That's not too bad. Laszlo is also pretty alright. But yeah, and the thing is, even if you wanted to say like, oh, they're not trainable, that's not true. I've gotten Odin to level 20 on his join map. And now, yeah, it does require a bit of work, but it's not that hard to do. But yeah, no, Xander's retainers are fine. They're not really that behind. Maybe if your guys are already promoted, then yeah, they're behind a promotion, but they're not too far behind. They start at like level 16. That's not really that bad. There may be 2 or 3 levels. They'll catch up in no time. Not Leo. Perry and Laszlo, they'll catch up fairly quickly. Well, sucks since you can't capture enemies after his... That's true. That is a fair point. You can only capture parallels. Yeah, I will admit, Odin and Niles they're not very useful in Rev, but they are at least usable. If you're behind and you want to use them, they will catch up due to how EXP works in this game. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, they'll take forever. No, they won't take forever. Like, you can train up Nyx. I'm going to show that later in this run. You can train up Nyx before Vala, and she can be all caught up. She can be caught up by, like, chapter 16. It's not that hard to train up Nyx. Resolute Blade from Heroes. Yes, I know how gay I am for knowing Hero skills. I think the main thing is just that you just need to know how the Fates EXP system works. If you know how it works, it's not that bad. You can catch up people in no time. And the thing is about Perry and Laszlo, they're doing decent damage by the time they join. When they join, they're doing decent damage, and I've trained units up that do 0 damage. Like I've gotten out from being benched, and I've started using them. It's a little bit of a chore, but it's not that bad. So by comparison, I mean, Perry's doing decent damage. Perry is actually doing pretty alright damage in her join chapter. Especially you can give her like a beast bane, what is it called? Rider's Bane, something like that. Beast Bane, I forget what they call it in Fates. But yeah, if you give her that, she's just gonna be deleting the cabs. Working red, you need to give them some love, excluding Rinko. Yeah, excluding Rinko. Don't listen to Speedwing on Rinko. She's not worth it. Beast Killer, yeah, that's what they're called. Okay. Does this work? Yeah, I would say it probably does. As long, yeah, we're in range of those, so that should work. Okay, yeah, because one heal and we should be good to go. Because he's gonna get dual struck, but it's not gonna be at full strength, so yeah, there's no way he's gonna die with that.
You'll be alright.
Shall we end this?
This is my chance!
So can we do damage here? We can, just not sort of what I want to. Hana is actually doing pretty okay now. That's the thing, though, like I was saying, and Bill was saying, is that there's not really that many bad units in
Help me
Rev.
grow stronger.
You can use most of them pretty easily. Some with, varying degrees of investment, but they're all pretty usable. They're all pretty usable. A lot of people will say, like, oh, this guy's not usable. That's not really true. That's not really true. Like I said, even with Odin, who's probably the worst unit in the game, you can still train him pretty easily. Now, is he really worth using? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not worth using. I guess if you wanted to use his daughter, yeah, but that's not really using him for him, though.
I will have my revenge.
I feel like a lot of it's just deciding, is this worth my investment? And I guess for some people, maybe it's not. Maybe you see a certain unit and you're like, no. Now, using Arthur or...
This one's not a
Arthur and, I think, Arthur and Effie are good examples of units that a lot of people would say, like, no, you get Charlotte and Benny on the same map, it's just not worth it. Which is a shame, because they're actually not really that bad in Rev. They're they do start out worse, but they're not actually bad. Great Knight Arthur actually goes very hard, and just no one really talks about it. It's a shame, because he's actually really good. But people don't really talk about it. Arthur's growths are great. He's just in a class that doesn't really do him favors, because he faces a lot of crit. He's got a really good defense growth, though. Talking about how Odin sucks, someone's gonna make you use him. I mean, I wouldn't complain that much if they made me use him. You do realize I'd complain a lot more if I was forced to use Rinka, right, Rizu? I'd be a lot more mad if I had to use Rinka or, God forbid, frickin' Gunter. Arthur's luck holds him back. It does hold him back, but it's not as big of a deal as people make him sound to be. Someone's gonna pick Odin or Nas. I wouldn't really be that mad about it. I wouldn't be that upset about it, honestly. Yeah, having Nyx and Odin in the same army is gonna be superfluous, but it's not that bad. I haven't used Ophelia in a while, and I'd like to use Ophelia. That would be a nice silver lining. I want my unit to be Gazak. I mean, he is playable on Garen Quest. He is indeed playable in Garen Quest. Okay, let's see here. He is playable in Garen Quest. Level 6. Do we want to level it more? I probably want to give Tsubaki like one more level. Now, Tsubaki usually levels like garbage. But that's probably because I haven't reclassed him. If I reclassed him, he'd probably level a lot better. That's what I've heard anyway, is that usually whenever he's reclassed, he's a lot better. I'd be willing to believe that. I'd believe that. He's playable in Rev too. I guess he is, yeah, that's true. I guess I could do that. I mean, you're not sponsored, but I suppose I could do that. I could maybe do that. I could maybe do Gazak.
I'm with you.
I didn't really think about that, but I suppose that is doable. That is not really what I wanted, Kazu. Let's see what you get.
I am at your service.
Of course.
Another unit I'd like to try out is Charlotte. I've actually never used Charlotte before. Well, I've used her, but usually just like as a backpack. I've never really used her for her own sake, you know? I've never really used her. I just haven't. It's kind of weird. Catching with Niles or Orochi. Yeah, that's true. So I gotta use one of the two. And neither are especially amazing in Rev. I mean, Orochi is probably a bit better because you at least get her early, but she still doesn't have a great start. Quinn marrying off Leo, training either Niles or Orochi, then capturing him, but it's totally worth it. Source, trust me. I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world. It's not practical by any means, don't get me wrong, but it's not the worst thing in the world. she's far from the worst in the world, I would say. She kind of sucks, but the thing is, you can at least capture units with her. She's not that bad. She is a magic nuke in Rev before you really get any other options like Nyx or Ophelia. So that's nice. And the thing is about her is that even if you don't use her long term, you can S-rank her with Saizo, so you can get Asugi and use like a magic shuriken build, the flame shuriken build, which I've been wanting to try for quite a while. So even magic? That's not true. Her magic is actually pretty good. That's like the only good thing she has, though. She also has more defense than you'd think she would have, but that's not enough for Rev, I'm afraid. That's not enough for Rev, sadly. There's nothing but magic. Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing she gets. That's kind of her whole thing. Is that she just gets a bunch of magic and nothing else. Sloppy. Strength, magic, what? Why do you keep getting a magic? Why does this woman keep getting magic? She want to use 11 sword or something? I mean, 2 magic isn't really going to do you much good. With how bad the rest of her stats are, I need a 50 or I need an 80% magic growth. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think you realize that a lot of what people often glaze over, I guess glance over, the fact is that in Rev you don't really need that high of magic in order to be good. Let me give you a bit of reference. In my last Rev Ironman, and of course since those VODs are up, you can watch them for proof. Some of you may or may not remember, but my Hanoka was using the Bolt Naginata. And with the Bolt Naginata, she only had like 16 magic. Her magic was not particularly high. At the end of the game. Like, this was like the last 2 chapters of the game. She only had like 16 magic. She was actually doing more damage than a lot of my other units were. Because later in Vala, like in the second half, you really want magic damage. Your physical damage is not going to be doing much. Xander is not going to be doing that much damage. But the second half of Vala, you're mostly fighting enemies that are really tanky and don't have much res. Obviously, things like sorcerers and stuff, that's not true. But here's the thing. Those, you know, the spear masters, the sword masters, whatever, those guys have like no res. Think of it like FE6. You want to hit their res stat. And you don't even need a particularly high magic stat. Having a high magic stat is great, because you're going to do a lot to them, but you don't even need something especially high. Like I said, Hinoka with a Bolt Naginata, she only had like 16 magic, like I said. That's not what I'd call like a nuke or anything like that. That's what I'd call meh. And she was doing a lot of damage. She wasn't, you know, she wasn't obliterating them, but it was to show you how much just some magic and magic damage does in lighter Rev. That's why Leo is rated so high, because that magic damage and bulk is a really good combo. That's why I would say, you know, I feel like mage units really come in handy later on, and especially hybrid builds really do come in handy later on. HP, strength, skill, defense. Okay, that's a better level. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she's frail, Rizu. I'm not gonna dispute that fact. I'm not gonna say, oh no, she's actually very durable. No, she's not. She's not, but you know who else is very frail mage? Nyx. Nyx is also very frail. He's like a worse Luna. She kind of is. She kind of is, to be fair. To be fair, she is. I'm not gonna deny that. Nyx doubles. That's true. Nyx does at least double. Nyx is definitely capable of doubling. She tends to do it more often than not. Let's get... I might be able to get Hana one more level for this map. I think I'll try to go for one more level on Hana. Hybrid magic builds? A highly rated Dark Knight? Heavens above me, doesn't sound that familiar. So yeah, that's why I think that Asugi could actually be a really good unit. I feel like he would actually be very solid. Because I don't know what his bulk is like, but he can actually have a decent magic growth. And being able to do that and have the Flame Shuriken, that sounds pretty good to me. And heck, people always say that Saizo is really good. So why not someone that's got more magic than Saizo? Huh? Why not? Like I said, the biggest factor is I don't know what Asugi's bulk overall is. It's probably not that high. I bet it's no higher than Saizo's, but if even not that much. But still, I feel like Asugi could actually be pretty useful. His paralog's not too bad either, so that's another point in his favor. So I was only highly rated by me, but still. You know, I just realized we don't have any memes today. Kind of surprised. Thought we'd have at least one or something.
Looks like we have no choice. If I may.
Actually, we might not get her to level 8. That's okay. I would rather have Kaze get to level 10. Because level 10 on Kaze makes a massive difference with the next map. Oh, I actually didn't know what you were talking about until just now. But, yeah, no, doesn't really work that much in 3 houses. I mean, in theory it should, but the guy doesn't actually have the bulk necessary to make it worth it. And I also just don't like him. I'm finally back, man, at the very tail end of the stream, I guess.
Oh, thank goodness.
HP, skill, luck, and offense. Okay then. Alright. Let's see the new pit playthrough. Glad to have it. Ness is back. Okay. Please rejoice. Please rejoice. Okay, what are we gonna do? Hana chip, I suppose? Hana chip? Maybe. It would be nice if she didn't crit, though. 1 HP, perfect.
Let's have fun.
Should have picked a unit. Again, remember how units work in this.
Fight.
Technically, the only chosen one has been Rizu, because it is sponsor. What a great Jagan, guys. What a great Jagan. Do you see this? Yeah, what a great Jagan. What an amazing Jagan. Anyway, we're gonna go over here. Meme sent. Oh, okay, there we go. We got a meme. Also a gut fan. So I can't. Yeah. Unless Rizu sponsors you. Which is possible. Unless I die to this boss. Then, Rizu, according to the pinned comment, said he will sponsor for every Deathless stream I have. He will sponsor someone in chat. So someone in chat is gonna get sponsored from this. I don't know who, I don't know what the unit is, but someone's gonna get sponsored. Just gonna kind of slowly skip through this. Or you guys could pay yourselves now. They're not gonna do that. One day I'll have a Rev benefactor. Scarlet's my favorite Fates unit anyway, so I don't know if that would work for me. Yeah, I don't know if we should allow Scarlet, because that's kind of a... I mean, like, we could allow that, but you'd kind of be out of a unit for most of the run, so... I mean, if Proctor shows up, you may at least have some help. At least she would pay for her own unit. Same with Black Mask, but again, they're probably gonna kill people. They're probably gonna kill units, not buy them. Sounds a lot better than Sugar Daddy. It does. It does. It does have a little more dignity to it. And you missed. Thanks. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. So glad you missed. At least this guy doesn't heal. That's nice. I'm so used to this freaking Sacred Echoes bosses that just kept healing their own 30 avoid throws. So it's kind of nice that they don't heal. Well, we're not trying to do that. That just could cause a kill. We don't want to cause him to die. I could just give the kill to Hana probably, and she'd get a level out of it. So. Unless Majitler does this. If I pick Scarlet, you get to marry her in court. No, I'm not agreeing to that. I'm not agreeing to that.
Ready for this? I can help.
I could maybe make it so that you get like another unit, but I don't know. That seems a little overpowered though. Install the mod where she lives. I don't know. I'm sure there's some mod out there that does that. HP, strength, skill, and speed. That's great. That's really solid. Requires skirmish battles. Yeah, and I don't want to do that. That's paint. Alright, we're gonna kill with Hana, I think. Yes, we are. Skirmishes are her own. True. Alright, Hana level up. Let's see what she gets. She's gonna get magic again. She's level 2 magic in a row. I don't know why, but she has. Alright, let's see what she gets. HP and speed. She doesn't really seem to want to level strength much, but she is leveling speed a lot. That is a little concerning, but hey, she's getting... She does need HP. She does need a lot of HP. So I will take that. Unlike the...
Alright.
The Phages mod? I don't know what that is. I do feel bad for Scott and his Anna fans, though. Death the stream? You know what that means, guys. Rizu is going to sponsor someone. I don't know who or how he's going to determine it, but we're going to get... Someone's going to get a sponsorship. I don't know how he's going to determine who gets it, but... So yeah, if you are lurking, if you are in chat,
All right.
it might be a good idea to not lurk right now. First to name someone from Echoes gets the sponsor. Okay! That is your cue. Gaiden? That's not a character. Okay, come on, someone. Okay, Belt gets it. Belt gets the first sponsor. Belt gets it. Belt is the first one to... Yep. There wasn't even any competition there. Faye? Yeah, no, sorry, you don't get anything for second, I'm afraid. But you'll have a good chance next time. I think what I might do is I might allow it so that people who buy their own units, I don't know if I'll limit it to one unit. But people who get sponsored can only get one. I think that's fair. If you can, hey, if you have like 20 bucks that you're gonna go throw into this, then hey, you can get 4 sponsors, but you can't get multiple sponsors. Gazak, Benny, if not. Okay, I guess we gotta work for Gazak. It's very possible I might not be able to do that. But at the very least, I will be training up Benny. Unless someone kills him. But I will be... I know I will be training up Benny, so... I still need to think things over. That's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. It's still early in the run. You can definitely think things over. It's still plenty early. So, definitely for anyone watching, if you're like, I don't know what I'd get yet, that's fine. We're still early in the run. Yeah, you know, that's gonna be funny using Gazak. Let's see, Smithy. Do we want a Smithy? We might want a mess hall, if anything. Gazak is the guy that appears in Leo's, Forest Paralog, which is Leo's son. Looks so good in her Phantom Days outfit. I didn't give her enough credit. Yeah, he's a boss, but he's a recruitable boss. I think he's a berserker. I think he's a berserker, right? Wait, hold on though. But that requires me to unlock a. That requires me to do. I don't know if that's. I don't know if I can allow Gazak to be a. Because it does still make me do a paralog that involves child units, so I don't know if I would count that. I suppose at the very least, I can still count Benny. Is it allowed? No DLC, no amiibo. No Gen 2 units. It's not allowed, it's fine. Yeah, it is something I didn't really think about. I didn't think about Gazak necessarily. I didn't think about, like, the recruitable bosses. Because I don't remember how bad Leo's parallel, the Forest parallel. I don't think it's that hard, but I don't remember. Gen 2 character technically. Technically, yeah. It's a weird technicality, but yeah, it is true. Benny definitely does fall within the rules, though. I can definitely use, and I will be using Benny. Mostly a joke answer, fair enough. Who are we gonna support? Let's go support Hana, why not? Let's go support Hana. Alright, so we got one meme, guys. Hana's strength stat.
Like being
okay,
inside.
no, that's not the meme. Gaunt. Lost runs to Leo's paralog before. Okay, that duly noted. Duly noted. I didn't think it was that difficult, but I hear a lot of Conquest paralogs are actually very scary. So, I'm a little wary of that. I might still try it, but... I would be a little hesitant on it. Paralogs from the children are next to impossible Ironman-wise. The birthright paralogs aren't too bad. The birthright... I mean, maybe there's a few that aren't, but... most of the birthright paralogs I think are usually pretty okay. Like, Mitama's paralog is actually really forgiving. You can, in fact, you can literally lose Mitama and still get her, so it's not that bad. Now, yeah, certain other paralogs, yeah, they can be pretty dicey, but Mitama's I know for fact is actually very forgiving, probably too forgiving. Conquest paralogs are tricky, some more than others. I've never once completed Sigrid's paralog casually or in an Ironman. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm not even gonna mess with Sigrid's paralog. There's a reason why I made it so that I'm not doing Gen 2 characters, because yeah, I might do. At least I'm not allowing it myself to be forced into it. I may still do the Valoria paralog because it has been a goal of mine for a long time to actually do Deathless. That has been a goal of mine. I still haven't quite figured it out. I think I'm close to getting it. I think you just need like Leo or Xander, someone to like just pull on the group and then just kill them. I think it is possible. I think it is well within the realms of possibility to do. And get Valoria, because that's kind of the main thing. I'm trying to save Valoria, obviously, since Valoria is a great unit. But yeah, so yeah, guys, for each stream we do Deathless, someone can get sponsored. So just because you didn't get it today, you could be, hey, you could be the winner next time. You could be the winner next stream. So it's entirely possible. Ignatius is Benny's son. Okay, let's go and get this meme. Okay, this is funny. Let's see. Let's go pull up the meme. Give me a sec. Where is it? Good idea. Yeah, I like that idea. I didn't think about that, but that's actually a really good idea. I like that. It kind of makes it so that it's actually pretty interesting. I don't always sponsor random people, but when I do, it's because I lost a wager. I mean, in this case, it wasn't... Well, I guess it's sort of losing a wager, isn't it? Because you're kind of expecting me to lose a wager for each stream. You're expecting me to be deathless. Maybe for a reason. I thought you would have realized that I don't always have death streams. I don't always have deaths on stream. I mean, think about Sacred Echoes. Most of those were deathless streams. Let's pray that Fuga's Wild Ride goes well next stream. I've mostly figured it out now. I've mostly figured out Fuga's Wild Ride. It's not too bad, as long as I don't do anything too stupid, and just kind of go with the wind, and not split my army up much. That's all you really need to do. It's not too bad. I know. I guess he's just feeling generous. I think the maps we're gonna screw up, I think, are a bit later in the run anyway, so a few people will at least be sponsored by then, I think. I think at least good 3 or 4 people will be sponsored by the first death. That is my hope. That is my hope, that we're gonna have at least a few people sponsored by now. By the time I have my first death. Hopefully my first death will be, like, at least chapter 14 or 15. Preferably in follow. Preferably. But can't make any promises there. It's mostly for the annoying kids where some maps are next to impossible during Ironman run. Got Conquest on my brain, like many Fire Emblem players. That's very possible. Yeah, that's the reason why I did that, because I knew that someone could just be like, oh, they could pull a belt and just tell me to do the Ignatius Paralog or the Sigbert Paralog or something like that. And so I said, no, we're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow second gen to be forced. I can use them. People can kill them. But no one can force me to use them. I mean, maybe I can make like a special clause that I can be forced to use Kana, because Kana kind of sucks, but she's easy to get. Maybe I could do that, like a Kana clause or something like that. But Sheer Paralog is not probably a game ender, but it's kind of nasty. Sigbert Paralog is death, yeah. Yeah, a lot of Conquest Paralogs are very dicey. A lot of Sigbert Paralogs tend to be pretty dicey. But, and so instead of just banning certain Paralogs, I just decided, okay, we're just gonna ban the second gen characters. Midori's easy to get. That's true, Midori's are easy to get. But again, I don't want to ban certain ones and then not ban certain ones. That's just I don't like how that is. I'd just rather just kind of blanket. If I pick to her, you can just want and turn her. Well, again, no second gen. I don't even really like Midori though. I would rather stick with Nyx. Nah, we're not doing any second gen. If I'm not even gonna get Gazak. And Gazak is a bit more of a special case. I know Midori is one of the easy ones, but maybe I will use her. Probably not. But Belt's Claws, no Ignatius. I might take Kana if you pick her. Maybe, but I think I might just want to stick with the blanket. Just no second gen stuff. Valoria's Paralog is BS but manageable. I don't even know if I'd call it BS. It's definitely difficult. I'm not gonna dispute that. It is a tough map. It is a tough map, but I feel like it is actually kind of fair at the same time. Weird to say that, but it feels fair. But it requires a lot of planning. It is something I do want to do though. if I can do it this run, I definitely want to. I definitely want to, I want to make up for my losses there in previous runs. I think I can do it. Child units that have already been recruited can be sponsored. That's an interesting idea, actually. I like that. Child units that have already been recruited. So, like, because I probably will get a few child units, but you can't force me to go and grab one, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, if I recruit a child unit, most likely I'll recruit, like, Shigure or Kana. You can then go and buy them as purchase. I'll probably also get Mitama as well. I'll probably get Mitama too, because Mitama's really good, and I love using Azama. So, and Mitama's a really good unit too. I'll probably also get a Sugi. So yeah, I'll get a few child units, and with that, I'll let it so that you guys can sponsor them when I get them. But since I can't promise I'll get them, and I can't promise what paralogs I get, you'll just have to kind of wait and see. I think I like belts. I like belts refining of it though. I like that. That's good actually. I probably won't be getting Pickleman unless Hinata is forced. Which, if anyone forces Hinata, let's face it, it's gonna be Maki. It's gonna be Maki. I don't even know if she's still here, but it's gonna be Maki. Let's be honest. I don't really know any other Hinata fans besides Maki. If you unlock the paralog, you should just do it. It's an Ironman after all. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. You do kind of have to go out of your way to unlock a lot of these. Better watch on Asugi's paralog, because your run will end if you let him get away. I do remember that, but I don't think it's particularly hard to catch him. I don't recall Asugi's paralog ever being that difficult. I mean, I don't know if I've ever played it on Lunatic, but I don't recall it ever being that bad. Like, yeah, I do remember what Inkling's saying, that you have to make sure he doesn't run off, but I don't think he's that difficult to catch. I could be wrong. Maybe the run dies there. I don't know. And it's also possible that Saizo or Orochi dies before I get them. Just stupid. People use the word Yimbo. I don't get it. Only if you don't have to go out of your way to do it. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Ness. Is if it's not someone I have to go out of my way to get, then sure. Like, I'm probably gonna go for Mitama anyway because Azama is great, and Mitama usually is just like a slightly worse Azama. And a slightly worse Azama is still a really good unit. And her paralog's not that hard either. I'll be getting it late, sure, but I would say she's worth it. I would say Mitama is absolutely worth it. She's not quite as tanky as Azama, but she's still very solid. She's a great unit, despite that. He's so goofy. His name is Funky. Funke. It's probably like Funke or something like that. Funky Kong. Yes, Funky Kong. I'm kind of mixed on Hinata and Rev. Like, he's actually not that bad, but his hit rate is so bad. He has, like, single-digit skill until he promotes. It's really, really bad. Well, single-digit skill if you reclass him into an Oni, the Oni, whatever it's called. Oni Savage. As an Oni Savage, you'll have, like, 8 skill until he promotes, and he can't hit anything. He cannot hit anything, man. He's LARPing as a very old Waluigi, true. Funke? His name is Funke? Really? I've never heard a Japanese name like that. Sadly, we already had a very good blacksmith to be Majitler. And he's just cooler. I'm sorry, Maki, but Majitler is based on Majima, and Majima just... I'm sorry, he's just cooler than Hinata. Could also be Jamka. Oh yeah, but Jamka's not a Japanese name. Or Volk. I thought Volk's is pronounced like Volk. Or Volky, I guess. I guess it could be Volky. But he's in a Norin class. I don't think he's Hoshiden. Yeah, probably not. Funky. Funka? I don't think it'd be pronounced like that. I could see Volk being like Volka or something like that. I could see that. Funka? I really doubt it. Volka? Okay, I could see that. I could see it being pronounced Volka. Yeah, I could believe that. That's believable. I could believe it being pronounced Volka. Yeah, I definitely believe that. That's feasible. Like Volk. I feel like most Fire Emblem players pronounce it as Volk, but that doesn't mean it's right. Alright, see Inkling. Yeah, we're pretty much done here. So yeah, first stream, deathless stream. I expect it to be deathless. Next stream will be on Thursday, where we do Fuga's mild ride, Fuga's fruity ride, as Slim likes to call it. Tomorrow is of course gonna be more. It's gonna be more. More Yakuza, which I'm looking forward to doing because we're finally back with Majima, which is great. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Yakuza, and the next day I will see you for more Rev. So we got Yakuza and Rev. We're peak scheduling, honestly. You can't beat that. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.